sorry, I unmuted my mic and immediately I needed to sneeze. Funny how that works. Hello, yes, this is not the usual time I stream. This is an hour later. My balls in a way, just back in a second. Yes, this is an hour later. In case you weren't able to figure out, I have heard my schedule. I worked later this week. I worked into 5. Well, no, I stayed even later yesterday. That's the point. I worked until 5 both days, so that's why I didn't stream yesterday, and why I'm doing this later today, because I felt we don't wanna have even more weekly misses of Gyakuten live before I forget where we are in the game. That's probably not beneficial. Come on, like, at the rate we were going, you know, I would have kept missing it. We would have had... Nichigasaki would have remembered they have subunits by the time we would have finished this trial. Which, I don't know if we're even going to finish this trial today. Because since we're streaming later, I don't know how much energy I'm going to have. I also opened, so I'm tired. I'm tired. Fun fact. Yeah. I can't think of any more blabbering to do. I guess we go. Okay. Contest is something. Gyakuten Idol. See, the idols, they're not even doing a full turnabout. They're just turning. I'm spinning in my chair, but you can't see it. The idol is turning. I don't even know exactly what even is a turnabout. Turnabout meaning complete reversal, change. Gyakuten. Does that literally mean turnabout? Reversal, okay. Gyakuten was never in my textbook. It's just a word I know because of Ace Attorney. At least it's not in the textbook where I finished, what kinky textbook am I on? I don't remember. They're not over here. In class, I only got to the second Genki textbook, which, for context, the semesters are split, where half of the textbook is the first semester, and the second half of the textbook is the second semester. I do know some colleges that split it even further, so it's, like, quarters. So the first textbook is, like, 2 years. I would have gotten significantly better grades if my college did that. My college didn't, and I'm pretty sure my professor is responsible for the curriculum. At my college, he's responsible for the curriculum. I'm pretty sure he's responsible for the curriculum at quite a few other colleges, yeah. Anyway, no one wants to hear about my Nihongo being Jozu right now. We don't have music. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Okay. In the game. Yes. Oh, back is what I meant to click. Okay. Okay. Can I click back? Okay. Let's click something and see if that actually does something. Okay, I think... Oh no, where are we? Got this here. Yeah, I don't have any audio from this game, do I? Do I need to make it louder? No, it's... Where'd the music go? Oh no. Give me a minute. That would be really disappointing if we just didn't have audio. There we go, and there's the audio. There we go. There's noises. Okay. Oh yes, then we get to see Daya. Daya's here. Oh, do I have the game open twice now? I did have the game open twice. Okay, give me a second. Now I guess if it's a load, yeah. Where were we? Oh no, where were we? Where were we? We got the Cyclops. We used the Cyclops. Did we use the Cyclops on Karin? Okay, this is something different. Okay, so I guess we didn't use the Cyclops on Karin. Okay. Karin-san's not here. Do you think Daya-san took her away? Do you think Daya-san took her away for questioning? I have to remember the voices I did for people, that's right. That's very likely. Karin-san was probably here waiting to talk to Daya-san in the first place. Well, I guess we should come back later. Okay, yeah, we done all the investigation here. The hallway? Okay. Nina-chan's not here anymore. It's getting quite late. Do you think she's gone home? I think that's where she went. Hopefully we can wrap up our investigation soon, too. We've gone to a lot of places in just this one day. We've gone to Akihabara multiple occasions. Printing room? I think we ended in the printing room, though. This blasted old thing. Oh, there we go. Something different. Let's go. Oh, it looks like someone's in here. From that tone of voice, it sounds like... No. Shioriko. Shioriko-chan. I almost called her Mifune again for a second. Because my brain is like, we're playing a Love Live visual novel. Her name is not Shioriko. It is Mifune. An investigation game, only the first time you go to a place takes time. Every time it's instant. Yeah, no, well, I mean, this isn't the first time we went to the place. It's just we keep hopping between the places. And it's like, oh, here's a tiny little bit of information. Come back later. Salutations. How do you do? We're fine. We're just in the middle of our investigation to defend Karin-san. So I've heard. May good luck find you in your investigations. How about you? What are you doing here, Shioriko-chan? Post-investigation inspection. I heard that Shizuku-san did a minor investigation here. The room was inaccessible until now, but I'd hoped to make sure everything in here is still orderly. I wouldn't want her to have turned the room upside down looking for clues. I take it you're familiar with this room? Of course. It's important as a student council president to know the inner workings of each of the facets of our institution, including the printing facility. Oh, that's great. Ayumu and I barely know jack squat about the stuff in here. Maybe you can give us some insight? I wish I didn't know as much about the stuff in this room as I do. If you would like, I believe it would be pertinent to your investigation to learn about the printing room, seeing as how the case seems to revolve around it. Yay, we're finally getting information. Yep. Perfect, we may actually get some useful information, that's what I just said, instead of blindly searching around the dark regarding this room. Okay. No, I want to talk. God damn it, did Lanzu do it? Oh, I didn't even consider Lanzu. I didn't even consider her. I mean, I didn't consider Mia either. What about Lanzu? Mia, wait, no, I meant to click them. Does not give anything? How are Lanzu-chan and Mia-chan? They're still on their trips abroad, right? Oh, okay. Okay, so they aren't, okay. That's right. They'll be back sometime next month. Why'd you ask? It's nothing. I just missed them a bit, that's all. They haven't been able to participate in their fun investigations yet. I don't... You know, I'm gonna grab my Setsuna Nezo. 1 second. Okay, the Setsuna Nezo is in my lap. My Lanzu figure is gonna stay back on my shelf because her neck broke and I just have it leaned against each other. I don't have it actually fixed. I tried to get a Lanzu Nezo while in Akihabara, but they didn't have any of them, any of her in any of the places I went. And as I elaborated last time, I spent too long in Akihabara. Anyway, but I did find a Sil Plain card. So that made me happy. But I need to get a Lanzu Nezo. It's nothing, I just missed them a bit, that's all. They haven't been able to participate in any of our fun little investigations yet. Those look weird for them. Well, in that case, let's give them a chat. I'll set up a group call. Nanju, are you there? Hi, Shuriko! What's up? Did you miss me? Actually, Yu-san and Ayumu-san miss you. Say hi, Yu-san. Hey, Lanzu-chan. It's us. We're just calling to say hi. How's Hong Kong, Lanzu-chan? Having fun? It's great! I haven't been back in a long time. By the way, I hear you guys are doing some sort of lawyer thing? Didn't she come from Hong Kong? I mean, I know she comes from Hong Kong. But wasn't her mom the only one in Japan at first? Like, her mom was, you know, obviously her mom was in Japan for a while. Her mom's the, no, it's not the word. Well, I think they call it, I think they call it the son, yeah, they call her the president, instead of the principal, the chairman, president, you know, same word. She was in Japan, but I think, I don't know. It's great! Oh yeah, I already read that. That's right, you've heard about it? How could you all start... Wait, that's not the voice I was doing for her. How could you all start doing something so fun without me? I hate you guys. When I get back, I will participate and I will beat everyone. That was still not the voice I was doing for her. Alright, we'll be looking forward to your return. Huh, that's strange. I thought I started a group call, including Mia-san. Oh, never mind. There she is. Bruh, it's 6 in the morning. What do you want, Chioriko? Don't ask me. Ask you-san. Oh, hi, Mia-chan. Baby-chan? This was your idea? Could you have picked the worst time to call? Way to throw me under the bus, Chioriko-chan. Look, man, I appreciate the check-in, but I'm dead-ass tired right now. If you don't mind, I'd like to go back to... Hi, Mia! It's time to wake up! Bro, can you not? Good night. I'll call you in a minute if I feel like it. Well, I should run too. See you guys around, okay? Well, that was certainly productive. Me. A Taylor. Say the fourth letter. I'm still dreaming. Okay, let's go. Access Records Part 2. We talked to Rina-chan earlier. She had mentioned something about the club room's access records coming into play for this case. Could you show us how to obtain a copy? Of course, it's quite easy. The same process as printing out a set of VIP tickets, in fact. Since it is our club room, the access records belong to us. Simply use your Nijigasaki virtual ID and punch it in. And punch in an order for a printout from this large printer here. You mean this one, Shiorika-chan? That's right. As with the VIP tickets, the data for the access records is on the school's computer system. The printer is hooked up to that system, so there's no need to bring a flash drive or anything for it, unlike personal documents. Okay, then let's give this a shot. And she broke the printer. Wow, there she is. She didn't break the printer. Thank you, Shiorika-chan. Okay, correct. Teach your woman to fish and you fed her for life. Make sure you keep in mind how to use for future reference. I only say that. Yu-chan, let me see. Here you go. Let's see. Yesterday, break lasted from 4 to 4:30, and these access records say that Kanin-san entered the club room at 4:05 and 4:20. Haha, nice. It's exactly as Renina-chan said. Kanin-san went to the club room twice during break yesterday. She knows what paper to use. Unless it's a weird... I mean, I don't think the paper... Would you not just use a standard paper weight for this? I'd assume this would be... Well, they live in Japan, so it would be A4 there. It'd just be a standard 8.5 by 11. Paper. It looks a little smaller here. It looks like it might be A5 paper. It looks like there's only 2 paper trays, on that printer, though, so I don't think it would be small, especially because it has a final, why would it be smaller? This isn't important. Guess this doesn't tell us anything new regarding... Oh, what's this? Yu-chan, feel the edges of this paper. Oh, is it weird paper? Huh, it feels really thick, like there's a tiny, tiny crease around the edge of the paper. Wouldn't notice if you didn't go looking for it, though. So, is it 28 pound? I don't know what they call 28 pound paper in Japan. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's feeding it weird. Okay, so it's probably slightly crooked, too. Yes, that was a malfunction with this printer. It is currently broken and causes that to happen. Perhaps I should ask more about this printer malfunction. So then the tickets would have that malfunction. And that's how we know who has malfunction. Tell us about this printer malfunction, Shiorika-chan. Within this printer, there's a set of clamps that hold on the edges of the paper so it doesn't move while the printer is doing its job. That's a good thing. Printer is malfunctioning. Of course it's malfunctioning. The printer malfunctioning? Who could have seen it? I just think it's very inappropriate that there isn't a giant Xerox brand right there on the printer. Other printers malfunction. I say that. Our Konica printer is malfunctioning more than the Xerox is, but we can't... Maintenance guide. It's so... Oh, the Konica is... my tried and true Konica. Right where I can just make one step and copy stuff for people, but I can't right now. I scream. So it started where just the ink... All the the toners in that printer are full. All of them, the cyan, magenta, black, all that. All that's there, it's all full. But it just started giving everything... It started by a minor yellow tint. Then it made it a giant yellow tint. And now it's corrupting everything that is black and white. The best way I can describe it is, imagine you're trying to print out a shipping label, and the shipping label comes out looking like missing now. Yeah, that's what it's doing right now. I can't remember if I read this or not. Within this printer, there's a set of clamps that hold down the edges of paper so it doesn't move while the printer is doing its job. Printers are stupid. However, over time, the clamps have gone misaligned. Right now, they clamp down on the paper a little too tightly. That's where the crease comes from. I imagine most items printed by this printer within the last few weeks have turned out with this crease. Oh dear. Oh, so the VIP tickets should have the crease as well? Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I don't think so. The VIP tickets are not printed on paper. They're printed on vinyl. Why the fuck would you print them on vinyl? Where'd you go in the upper tray here? Why would you print them on vinyl? I believe the vinyl uses a separate set of clamps. They should be unaffected by the misaligned paper clamps. Makes sense. Thanks for explanation. The maintenance people will come in later tonight and unbolt the printer from this table so they can take it away from repairs. Should be back to normal by tomorrow. Why don't they just test it out with the vinyl really quickly? Perhaps I should suggest they take it to the gym locker room and rinse it in the showers. I feel as if they might work with printers, whoever knows. I don't recommend it. Just let the maintenance people do their thing. With printers, you never know. I guess that explains everything there is to that. What can I present to her? Yeah, it's that, or it's going... Well, true, it could just also not be on the vinyl. But I feel like it also could be the vinyl has a crease. Because the vinyl was in the wrong tray. And that's what caused the printer to be even stupider, because they put it in the wrong tray. Okay, that's not gonna help. I don't know if it's gonna do anything. I'm gonna try. Oh wait, no, sorry, I wanted to present that now. What's this ridiculous doodle supposed to represent? It's a map of the surrounding hallways. Kanen-san drew it for self-reference. That's quite odd. Our school has 3 free maps for distribution at select locations. There's no need for her to spend effort drawing more maps. That said, they are of the entire school. So they're more difficult and time-consuming to read than localized maps like this. Oh, I turned the music down too much. Give me a second. I thought it was too loud, so I turned it down. Now it's too quiet. Yeah, I think Kanen-san should stick with doodled maps. The maps get too complicated. She'll start needing maps to help her navigate the maps. Oh, Shioriko might be able to access footage, or she might be able to ask Anazu's mom. Shioriko-chan, this camera outside the club room, is there any way to access this footage? Let me think. Yes, I believe the student council has partial access to what it captured. Not full access, though. That's great. It's better than nothing. Could you get those for us, please? No. There's a slight complication with that. Uh-oh, how slight? Unfortunately, I'm currently unable to obtain the data. Nothing going right today. I better ask her why. I'm guessing the camera's broken. What's stopping you from getting the camera's data, Shioriko-chan? Well, obtaining the camera data requires a special key code. Unfortunately, I don't remember what it is, since I never had to use it and didn't think I ever would. I'd written the key code down on a bookmark, however, I think I had led that specific bookmark to my sister. Your sister? Why don't we just ask? We could also just see if Setsuna remembers it. Setsuna was the student council president for longer than Shioriko has been. Mifune... Oh, I haven't had to say her name out loud in so long. I've always... Oh, shoot. Kaoruko. Mifune Kaoruko. Kaoru. Yeah, Mifune Kaoruko. It's just Kaoruko. Okay. Have I mentioned her to you before? Is she not a teacher in this game? Or I guess she was a teacher's assistant, teacher's aide. No, wait, no, she was a full teacher in All Stars. No, it's in the anime that she's like a teacher's aide. Or what, am I mixing up which one is which? The problematic thing is, she had just recently left town. She's not able to return the bookmark for a while. Ah, damn it. It's like the world wants me to fail. Or we could just call her. Don't lose hope, Yu-chan. I'll give her a call later tonight and see if she can point out where it is to me. I'll let you know if I found it by tomorrow. I could just see, yeah, it's Daya. I was gonna say, we could just see if Lesnar remembers it. Kurosawa Daya-san. I see the defense in this room as well. What brings you here, Daya-san? Performing a final scouring of Performing a final scoring of the relevant areas before I head home. The trip will be long, and I don't want there to be anything I happen to overlook. You see, they didn't give me a hotel room for the night. So this is the prosecutor for this trial? You're from Uranohoshi Girls High School, correct? That's right. It's only natural that you've heard of us. Judging by your armband, you're the student council president, are you not? As a fellow student council president, you have my respect. Setsuna can go kick rocks. She's no longer the student council president. Can you share a bit of that respect with me, Shioriko-chan? Just a scrap, please. I no longer like Aqua. I'm actually giving away their poster. Don't give me that look. I know what you're thinking, fool. If you want my respect so badly, you'll have to earn it from me in court. You'll have to earn it from me in court tomorrow. My goodness, an effortless victory. Make me work for my win. Let's see what you've got. Don't even think about the possibility of winning. You've got a snowball's chance in hell of pulling it off, even with the help of your garishly but appealing pink friend there. I've got 3 consecutive victories under my belt, and I'm not about to stop that anytime soon. You hear me, Takasaki-yu-san? Huh? Oh, sorry, I was thinking about donuts. Could you say that again? Never mind. See, I mean, obviously she has to have, like, less victories under her belt because, like, oh, I clicked something. The entire idea of school idol attorneys, whatever, just started. So obviously she can't have, but it's like, in comparison to, Edgeworth had, like, hundreds, right? Or, like, around 100 or something. It's like, oh, this doesn't feel as threatening. I'm so sorry, Daya. You are meant to be a standold placed in for Edgeworth, and I'm so sorry. Have you considered Edgeworth is Now, don't ask me which one of them is gayer. Okay. Oh, now that Daya-san is gone, Ken-san should be free to talk now, right? That's right. It's finally time to find out the truth. Do you have anything else I can... So I don't want to, have anything else I can present her? Okay, if she told me... What if I just show her this? I feel like this will make her just happy. Shurika-chan, can you tell me anything about this? To be honest, probably not. It's like 2 whole cases overall. I mean, you both have a 100% victory record. Yeah. Can she do anything with this? No, okay. Can I do anything with this? Okay, so no. Okay, I'm good to move. I don't think I have anything really... Just get over there. Okay, we got the date again. It's getting late, oh no. It's getting late, don't you think? Are you two still running around? It is. We're probably going to end our investigation soon and hope what we have is enough to work with. Well, I gotta say, your dedication is really something. I'm honestly kind of flattered you'd work this hard for me. Oops. You too, Ayumu. You've been with you all day, huh? It's okay. I don't get tired as easily when I'm with you-chan. Well, if you need me for anything, I'll be here a while longer. Alright, let's get down to business. Kaden-san, did you really not enter the printing room? Yeah. Kaden-san, did you really not enter the printing room yesterday, or are you hiding something? I'm gonna give her the Ofuda. Surprise, motherfucker. Kaden-san, about this. Sorry, can't help you with that, love. Not what I'm supposed to do. Where's my son? Where's my son? There, my baby. Okay, do I just talk to her? Talk with... Okay, I guess I have to talk with her. Hey, Gyakuten. You are a fluffy little man with fluffy little cheeks, and you are so neat. Okay. Oh, 1 second, how's food? 1 second. There you go. That's all you get. You have food downstairs, you little liar. Don't lie to me. There you go. Okay. So everyone kept text. Did you get interrogated by Dia-san? How did that go? Not too good, but not too bad. Since I don't really have anything to lie about, I just gave her the whole truth. But that gaze of hers, jeez. If I did have anything to hide, I would have spilled my beans then and there. Tell me about it. Taking her on won't be easy. Well, it's like I said. What matters is that you tried your best. I am prepared for all outcomes, including if you lose. That's not me lacking faith in you either. I just don't mind us losing, that's all. The baby was in sight. He had to be touched. Listen, I'm just saying, if he's gonna be that fluffy and meowing for attention and to be pet, then he shall get attention and pets. It's what he gets for being cute. Still, I appreciate you trying your best. Thank you. Okay, what about your phone? Gyakuten-san, let me reiterate one thing. I'm not trying to work against you, I'm trying to work with you. That's why I need you to be as honest as possible. So tell me once again, why was your phone found in the printing room? Come on. Haven't we been over this already? I left it in there the day before the crime. I can't believe you don't trust me. Gyakuten-san, look me in the eyes and tell me that. Alright, I left my phone in the printing room on the 10th of May. Yippee! Lucky time. That means she's lying. I knew it. So she wasn't telling me the whole truth. Cyclops. I couldn't remember what they were called earlier, and I was originally going to use them in the thumbnail, and I forgot what I called them to Brothy Boy. And then I couldn't remember what the attorney's badge was called, and I was like, the defense, that thingy. Luckily he understood what I was saying, and I was able to figure it out for the thumbnail. So she wasn't telling me the whole truth. She didn't actually leave her phone on the printing room on May 10th. Could it be she actually did go to the printing room at the time of the crime? It can't be, right? But why else would she lie about it? Was Ai-chan right the entire time? Why are you looking at me like that? I'd better go to breaking these locks. Was I doomed to fail from the start? Oh shoot, how do I... Oh, I forgot I have to do stuff. I forgot I have to do thingies to break. Oh, I can't present anything. Okay. How do this work actually as attorney again? Okay, back. Okay, I can't. Okay. This is just the game options. Okay. Oh shoot, how do I get out of this? Okay. Why can't I break the lock? Why can't I break the lock? Oh. Button harmony. Oh, actually, percent. We're on the further. Okay. Here we go. Lost phone? Okay. Kanen-san, I think you're lying to me. But what? Why would you think that? Objectively, yeah. Yeah, it's called the Ofuda here. Because it is an Ofuda. The lock on the thing confused me, I'm gonna be honest. I've watched the Ace Attorney, like, anime more recently than I've played the games, fun fact. So it's like, oh, that's right. The gameplay has gameplay. Well, you must have lost your phone at least a day after the date you claimed to have lost it. You must have had it on May 11th. And to have it on May 11th, if you had it on May 11th, then you had it on the day of the crime. And what's your reasoning for that? Let's see, why Miss Karen-san had her phone on the day of crime. Use your phone on the day of crime too. I feel like there's some information I'm supposed to have here that I don't. Call someone. Let's just click that. You gotta use your phone to call someone. And who did I call? Your phone call. I'm supposed to have something that I currently don't have, and the game is screaming at me for a defect. I don't have the evidence I need yet. Yeah, I don't. Rina-chan went home. Something here. Let's go. There's something here. Okay. We're here at Akihabara again. Shiuto-san should be back by now. There they are. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Shiuto-san, do you have a minute? We'd like to talk to you again. Please take a number. Oh, come on, Shiuto-san. There's no one else here. God, is this... Acknowledged. However, my protocol mandates that I... Mandates, scanmates. I don't see a single man around here. Who cares about mandates? Oh, so is this the person we're looking for? She's finally back from lunch. Okay, cool. Yourself as a person she called you funny. For yourself as a person she called for the funny of it. Oh, well, shoot. I was supposed to present a person there. Well, considering the fact that this came up, I have a feeling I had to do that first. Come on, don't be a branch in the dirt. Our friends came all this way to see us. What's the point of having rules if you're not going to follow them? In any case, where were you for the last 8 hours? One shouldn't take... Wait, shut up. Look here, I got you one of those toy robots you like so much. Excuse me, this is not a toy. The proper terminology is model kit. It's called a Gundam. That said, I'll take that. Thank you, producer Hoto-san. Oh, so you're Hoto-san. We've been wanting to talk to you. Words that start with W and end in T-I-N-G. My, no need to be so formal. Back when I was a model, they used to call me Hoto of Kyoto. Oh, wait, I clicked that too fast. You can call me that if it's easier on you, dear. It's not. I think I'll just sit with Hoto-san. Kiki, Kanen-san works with some really colorful people. Aimu, you're one to be saying that. You can say that again. I was under the impression that adults were supposed to be normal. Yeah, once you turn 18, you quit being an idol and you become this cool thing called normal. I suggest asking Sunny Passion about it. I love the scene in season 3 of Superstar where Sunny Passion is just watching the Love Life finals. And they're just like, yep, we're too old now. We can't stand on that stage anymore. We're 18. Not even fully adults yet. And still in school, we went to college. But we're 18, so we can't do this anymore. What do you mean we can be normal idols? We're just gonna say A-Rise did that and then never elaborate ever again. Except I think Bluebird is kind of... No, Bluebird... Yeah, Bluebird is going places with that, I forgot. Because they make it so easy to consume Bluebird content in the US, even if you know Japanese, yo. My Japanese isn't that good, but you know. Still, according to what Kennen-san said, Hoto-san is much easier to talk to than Shuuto-san. So, you two are? No other way to do it besides doing it at school. And going broke. We're friends of Asaka Kennen-san. We're here as a part of a mock investigation type thing. My name is Takasaki Yu. I'm Yuhara Ayumu. Nice to meet you. Oh my, I didn't know Kennen-san was hiding such cute friends and not telling us. Well, friends of Kennen-chan's are friends of ours. Investigate away. Talk. Give me contract. So, you want to ask us something? That's right. Kennen-san has supposedly printed a pair of VIP tickets without permission. Our opponents will likely go with the narrative that she intended to give them to you two. We are wondering if there's anything in her contract that would prevent her from doing so. Oh, let me guess. And Shuuto-san said something like, that stuff is confidential. I can't tell you because it'll be bad for my skin or something. I mean, I'm not incorrect, right? Minus the skin part. That depends. I guess it should be okay to talk about some parts. What part did you ask about? Right, we want to know if there's any specifics on bribery in the contract. I know it's frowned upon in general, but if the contract clearly states it. Oh, that's fine to talk about. Want to take this one, Shuuto-san? Bribery is strictly forbidden. Section A14. Models found to have bribed their producers for benefits shall be terminated on the spot. That answer your question? Yes, it's very helpful to our case. No way Kennen-san could have printed those tickets for you two. And because of that, if the prosecution cites this as her motive, I can shut it down. Can we please just have a copy of that? Hold on, Yu-chan. You said she was accused of printing out VIP tickets? Like, to your idol live shows and stuff? Yes. I mean, I take those in a heartbeat, to be quite honest. Uh-oh. Don't you start too, Producer Hoto-san? You get one of our best models terminated. Huh? Can't you just, like, not terminate them? Okay, even I know that's not how it works. Besides, there's always a gray area when you come to this kind of thing. You have to think about the loopholes. If an exchange happens outside of a work setting and she gave us such tickets for our own enjoyment and not for personal benefit, then it technically doesn't count, right? Kennen-chan's a good model. I think she'd just give us the ticket as a gift rather than a bribe. So what you're saying is maybe her giving you the tickets would have been fine. Probably. At this point, we'll never know, right? Unless I show up for your live show. Maybe isn't good enough. Still, there's another thing I want to know about. She's corrupt. I mean... I feel like she is right, though, that something like VIP tickets to a live show could be counted as just a gift and not bribery, if argued correctly. Does it kind of screw us over here? Yes. However, maybe isn't good enough. Still, there's another thing I want to know about. Okay, the photos. Hoto-san, there's something that Kennen-san had mentioned before. On May 10th, she printed out a set of photos from her latest photo shoot. Is that true? Actually didn't know about this. What about you, Shuuto-san? Yes, model Asaka Kennen probably didn't talk to you about it, Producer Hoto-san, but she did talk to me yesterday. Yesterday? Huh? Since they're photos of herself, she's allowed copies for personal reasons. However, as the photos are for a future issue of our magazine, she's not allowed to distribute them. She didn't share the photos with you. She didn't share the photos with you, has she? Leaking company data as grounds for termination. I guess on who it gets given to, I guess. Yeah. And there has to be, like, the motive behind it as well. I mean, you have to prove the motive. No, don't worry. She didn't let anyone see them. She made sure of that. That said, we usually encourage our models to let us know if they print out photos for their own usage. Strangely, this time she had informed me that she printed out the photos after she had already printed them. That's true. Karen-san had informed Shiuto-san of this yesterday, but had printed them 2 days ago. Somehow that doesn't sound right. I can't put my finger on why, but I'd better keep this in mind. I'll present her phone. Don't know. Okay. Okay. Her outfit? My, that's a delightful outfit. Is it for me? Huh? Hand it over here. Let me try it on. No. This is Kanen-san's idol outfit. Oh. Hand it over here. Let me try it on. Producer Hoto-san, you've got a 97.23% chance of destroying it if you try it on. Really? I don't think I'm that much taller than Kanen-chan. I don't think we mean your height, Hoto-san. See, boob. Boobies exist, you see. About this. Okay, nothing there. Let's see what they think of our map. No, nothing with the map. Okay. I thought for a second we deadass didn't have anything. Okay, let's just buy a profile. Hoto-san, we've come to ask you about Kanen-san. I'm trying to defend her from a crime she's accused of doing. The crime she supposedly committed yesterday happened during practice. We were wondering about... Yippee! We got somewhere. I only got Kanen's. On who it gets given to, I guess. Yeah. Wait, slow down. It happened yesterday? Yes, is there a problem with that? But Kanen-chan was here yesterday. What? What? But that can't be! We all saw Kanen-san at practice at our school yesterday. Hoto-san, are you sure it was yesterday? You're not misremembering. Are you sure you're not misremembering? I can guarantee 2 millimeters off my right index fingernail that she was here yesterday. And it's not really that much. Still, there's got to be an explanation for this. There can't be 2 of Kanen-san. Unless she secretly has a twin sister? Or maybe she duplicated herself? Maybe she runs so fast she can appear in 2 places simultaneously? I mean, we all know Akihabara and Odaiba are significantly, extremely close to each other. Or maybe her being here and her at practice happened different times. Hoto-san, what time was Kanen-san here yesterday? Oh, it was 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You see, she just said fuck school. Practice started at 2 p.m. yesterday. Whoopsie, guess that answers that. Still, it might be worth asking her about Kanen's time here on the day of the crime. Yesterday. Hoto-san, you think Kanen-san came here to Akihabara yesterday? What's up with that? Actually, I'd like to know as well. I wasn't able to attend whatever it was at the time. Oh, it was nothing. Just a meeting I had with all our models. Really? What did you talk about? Lots of very important producer-like things, like fried rice and big bag of corn chips and sushi platter. And 1 second, I'm about to choke. Throat dry. You only go to one place per day, exactly. You're either at school, or you're at work, or you're at idle stuff. You can't even be at school and idle stuff at the same time, despite them being in the same building. Are you sure you guys didn't just have a big potluck party? No, why would I spend that much effort setting up 6 tables, ordering cranberry punch, and buying 3 bags of plastic cups and 2 bags of plastic utensils? I can't even do her voice anymore. You're going to ruin everyone's figures, producer Hoto-san. In any case, I did log an attendance sheet for the meeting yesterday. You can have this copy. Here, you are. Shiuto. Okay. Thank you, Shiuto-san. I think this will help us significantly. One more thing, Hoto-san. How does Kanen-san usually get here to the studio in Akihabara? She takes the train, of course. And taking the train requires us to use our Nijigasaki virtual ID. That's all I need to know. Hoto-san think, oh, let's go. There we go. There we go. That's the answer. She didn't call anyone. She had to use her phone. Good luck, little attorneys. Do your best. There we go. You-chan, you're satisfied with the amount of information you've gotten? Yes. I think so. Let's have a talk with Kanen-san. There's something I need to know for sure. I'm right behind you. Let's go, you-chan. Okay. Oh, she's gonna go all the way. So no. For a second, I thought I could maybe investigate the thingies on the papers and the folders that she's holding. Okay, Ofuda time. The last phone, wow. Kanen-san, I think you're lying to me. What? Why would you think that? Well, you must have had your phone until at least a day after the date you've claimed to have lost it. You must have had it on May 11th. If you had it on May 11th, then you had it the day of the crime. And what's your reasoning for that? Let's see, why must Kanen-san have her phone time? Kanen-san, you used your phone on the day of the crime too. Go somewhere. Yes, it's obvious. You had to use your phone to go somewhere. Yeah, where? You used your phone on the day of the crime to go to. Wow, we have a little arrow here now. Do. Didn't you attend Hoto-san's meeting yesterday, the day of the crime? According to Hoto-san, you usually go to the studio by train. That requires you to have your phone so you can use a virtual ID as your train pass. That means you must have had your phone so you can use a virtual ID. No way. I never went there. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, so it wasn't a meeting. It was a potluck. Wait, Yippee. One is gone. Let's go. Kanen-san, how'd you explain this inconsistency? Wait, I remember. I actually didn't take the train yesterday. I drove myself. God, is she stupid. Kanen. Osaka, Kanin. Are you... So, I'm just double checking really quickly. I believe you have to be 18 to get a driver's license. I believe you can't even get a permit until you're 18. You must be 18. Yep, okay. Yep, and you can get a motorcycle license at 16. Yes. I remember that correctly. Kanto and I had a conversation about this a while ago, actually. But I'm like, I'm gonna double check before I say that very, very confidently on stream. Kanen.Zoro level spatial awareness. If Kanen was in One Piece, I don't know if she would be worse. She might actually be worse. You can drive? Not a car, but I do have a little moped and license to go along with it. Yeah. Yep, she can drive that at 17, yep. It's a little slow, but it does the job. Yep, she can do that at 17, yep. Sorry, Kanen-san, but I find that highly unlikely. Can you please pull out your license? Whatever do you mean? Based on this, I highly doubt you driving yourself to Akihabara is an option. The map? I think the map, because she can't. She drew this. Yep. There we go. Oh no, I clicked emergency call. That's not good. Kanen-san, you drew this map for yourself, didn't you? I feel you have difficulty with directions. If you need a map to navigate something like our hallways here at Nijigasaki. No offense, but I don't think you would have ever made it to Akihabara, especially without a phone. Wait, none of that matters, right? You don't know for sure if that's true or not. The second lock still isn't breaking. She's really trying to keep this inside. Looks like I'll have to drag the secret of hers out. Well, fine. I didn't drive myself to Akihabara yesterday, but I could have taken a taxi, you know. Is that so? Unfortunately, taxis cost money. Right. So I only paid for one trip to the studio and one trip away from the studio or something. So you never took any detours? No, I think. I see, so you only went to the studio yesterday. But there's one more thing that still doesn't add up if you really lost your phone on May 10th. Huh? You have all the information I need. I may have to go back around and look some more. Kinda thought that was true. She called Shiuto. Well, no, she called Shiuto, who wasn't there. And then Emma's calls are only for today. Emma would have called her the other days. Because Emma just like that. Kaden-san, if this is all true, then there's one last thing you needed your phone for that you must have done yesterday. It involves this object or person. Thank you for hinting that's a person. Do. According to Shuto-san, you had contacted them yesterday about those photos of your photo shoot for the feature magazine issue. They said something interesting, though. They had mentioned that you told them about it yesterday, after you had already printed the photos. I could have talked to them in person. When, according to the attendance sheet I showed you earlier, Shuto-san did not attend the potluck. And there's another thing I find interesting. Can't you contact her some other way, like through text message or email? Apologies, she doesn't check her text earlier, and I'm not really a fan of sending emails. Members of our company typically rely on phone calls. That's the most reliable way of contacting each other. And there's too many spam callers in this day and age, so I've memorized all the numbers of the people at work with me. If I don't recognize it, I don't pick up. If you only ever went to the studio yesterday, and Shuto-san was not at the studio, then you couldn't have met them in person. If you didn't meet up with them yesterday in person, this means you must have called them with your phone, right? So that Shuto-san could recognize your number. That means you must have had your phone with you yesterday. You never lost it on the 10th at all. There we go. Yippee! Problem solved. And also, again, Emma's text. She's having a crisis, yeah. Yippee, we got something. Kaden-san, you lost your phone in the printing room on the day of the crime, didn't you? Fine, I admit it. I went to the printing room yesterday, during the practice break. What? But that's the place and time of the crime! Kaden-san, you didn't? Wait a minute, okay? I'm not saying I did it. Then why did you go to the printing room during break yesterday? Do I have to say it? Please tell us. I went there to print my homework. Your homework? When I went to that potluck yesterday, I wasn't able to turn in my homework for one of my classes. The plan was to try to secretly slip it in the turn-in box after school. That's why I didn't want you to know. I see, it is kind of a bad look. It's almost like cheating. If it makes it any better, I still have it. I wasn't able to get to the turn-in box because the doors were locked. You can have it, I guess. I'll just email a digital copy to the teacher and see if she'll accept it late. Creased around the edges. Thanks, Kaden-san. Oh, Yu-chan, look at this! It has the same creased edge as the Access Records paper. Makes sense. It must have also been printed out on the faulty printer. I went to the club room 2 times for this exact reason. Since this is a personal document that's on the school database, I need to supply the file via a flash drive. The first time, I went to grab the flash drive from my bag. The second time, I returned to the club room to drop off my homework and the flash drive off. So she should give us the flash drive. Please. So your story about going to the club room for cookies was a fib as well, I take it? Oh, of course! I'm a disciplined model. So that's the true story. I wish you had told us sooner. Sorry, I won't hide anything else, I promise. I should update that as well. I think that's all we'll be able to find for today. We should all head on home. I'll see you in the courtroom tomorrow, okay? Get some rest. We sure did a lot of running around today, didn't we? Yeah, who knew investigating would be so demanding? Do you have any idea who might have been the real culprit, Yu-chan? To be honest, zero. We still don't have enough information. Looks like we'll have to make do with what little we have tomorrow. You'll help me, right, Ayumu? Of course! I wouldn't leave you for the world. In that case, let's head home. We'll need to be prepared for tomorrow. I'll probably do a little bit to be continued, okay. Yes. Okay, I think I've saved enough times. May 13th, 11:40 a.m. No, it's not what I was meant to click. It's been 2 months since I was last here for a trial, but feels like it's only been a few days. There's Yohane, there's Karuko, there's us, and there's Ayumu, of course. There's just some stuff I can't read. I don't think I'll ever get used to this feeling of dread. My opponent being Daya-san doesn't make things any easier for me. This will certainly be my toughest challenge yet. Out of 2. Why so glum, chum? This should be a fun, jolly game of court, right? Even though this isn't a real trial, I can't be slacking. These trials get broadcasted for the world to see. I got to at least try to show that Nijigasaki can stand up to Ura no Hoshi. Deep breath, you. That's what Shuuto-san always tells me to do before a photo shoot. Come on, Yu-chan, you've got this. You're gonna put Daya-san in her place today. I don't know if. Repeat after me. I, Takasaki Yu. I, Takasaki Yu. Shall overcome all opposition in court today. Shall overcome. I can't do it. No good? Shucks. It's fine. I thank you for the encouragement. Oh, I know. I'll hold your hand during trial so you won't be afraid. Appreciated, but not necessary. That said, I do have a nagging desire to find the truth. Who really printed those tickets? What did they want with them? Where are those tickets now? And why did they make it look like Kenin-san did it? If nothing, this drive is one of the things that's keeping me going. Yes, that's it. That's what I'm aiming for. The truth. In the courtroom. I'll start a bit of the trial and just hope I actually remember to rewatch what we did in this trial before I stream again next week. Okay, no, Nakagawa is still there. Court is now in session for the trial of Asaka Kenin. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution, are you prepared to present your opening statement? Nijigasaki. Otono Kizaka. Ura no Hoshi. There can only be one. The pinnacle is not a position that can be shared. Oh, here we go. Of course I'm prepared. That isn't even a question. The better question is, how long can you, Takasaki Yu-san, manage to stay in the game before collapsing like a house of cards? I think my eardrums will collapse on themselves listening to you before anything else. Well, whenever you're ready, prosecution, the stage is yours. Certainly. It's time for the beginning of the end, my dear gallery. I regret to inform you, but today, your present Nijigasaki of 6,102 students shall bow before Ura no Hoshi, which has fewer than 100. The 0 to 1 was only a 0 to 1. That much is certain. Today, I will prove that not only the defendant, Karen Asaka, is guilty of the crime, but also the veracity of quality over quantity. Let me just give a damn opening statement already. The incident occurred on May 11th, during the Nijigasaki School Idol Club's practice session. There was a break that lasted from 4 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. It's believed that the crime occurred during this time. The suspect, Asaka Karin, is believed to have taken the opportunity to traverse to the printing room to print an unauthorized pair of VIP tickets. And that ridiculously mundane crime is why I'm here today. The prosecution shall prove without a shadow of the doubt that Asuka Kadin is the one responsible for this incident. Acknowledged. Are you aware of any possible motives? We have. After a minor background check, it was discovered that the defendant works with 2 producers for her job. The current belief is the tickets were printed to be given to them. Whoa, Yu-chan, you were right on the money when you said the prosecution would dig that info up. Rats and the producers told me that giving them the tickets is probably not against Kadin-san's contract. Prosecution, what evidence do you have that ties the defendant to the crime? No. I have to give credit where it's due. I didn't find the smoking gun for our case. The former prosecutor with the humorously but delightfully oversized bun in her hair was the one that found it. She must be talking about Shizuka-chan. In that case, the smoking gun is Kadin-san's cell phone, right? I think so. Rina-chan did say the phone was what got Kadin-san nabbed. Unfortunately, since our bowhead isn't involved in this case anymore, I shall pass the responsibility of explaining that find to my amusingly yet adorably small detective. Very well. I forgot who the detective... Oh, yeah, it's Rina-chan, okay. I was like, I forgot who the detective is. Usually this is when the prosecution asks for the witness's name and occupation. Why, it might be able to hear us. Huh? Everyone remain calm. Our detective seems to have been possessed by an evil mechanical menace. You lie. Call the military. The robot on her face is no match for a tank. Meanwhile, I shall heroically remove the parasitic device using my katana. Minor lacerations may result, but it is unavoidable. Oh, haha. Don't worry, this is just my Rina-chan board. Come again? Rina-chan what now? I made it myself. It's a device that helps me show my true feelings, which I'm not very good at, sorry. Was she not wearing it earlier? It's got all these features, but the main thing is a bunch of programmed facial expressions that will help everyone to understand my emotions. Don't worry, though. It can't hurt you. I see, and here I thought the notebook was as peculiar as it could get. Anyway, you are called upon to present the evidence you found. Are you ready? I am. Shall we begin? Okay. An email was sent out the day of the crime. It said that there were more available VIP tickets than VIP seats. Shizuka-chan was the one who noticed it. She concluded that it meant that someone had printed out VIP tickets without notifying anyone. We managed to narrow down the time of the tickets being printed to between 4 p.m. and 4:30 p.m., which was during the practice break. The defendant's phone was concluded to have been left in that room around the same time the tickets were printed. She must have done so with the ID on her phone. The place of the defendant in the printing room at the time of the crime. This is the club member's ID is required to print out the tickets. It couldn't have been anyone outside the club. So in essence, there are only a handful of people who have clearance to print out VIP tickets. The only person of the small group that had the opportunity to print these tickets was the defendant. Understood. She has to understand, think like she doesn't understand all of this. That's right. Is there anything else I should go over? Actually, I do have one question. Earlier you said you narrowed down the time of the crime to between 4 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. How'd you know that? It's like this, see? The computer systems don't constantly check whether an excess number of tickets. For efficiency, it only checks it every half hour. Emails were sent out at 4:30 the day of the crime. That means the tickets must have been printed out within that previous half-hour interval. Although, since everyone was just getting back to practice at that time, nobody really noticed the email until Shizuka-chan did the next day. I don't really care enough for that stuff to open the system email. What about you? To be fair, I don't think any of us really paid attention to that email. I'm glad we have someone to go on who's so on top of things like Shizuka-chan then. Listening to that testimony, it seems sound, but all they provided is circumstantial evidence so far. Therefore, there are a few gaps I could see here. But at the same time, perhaps they're just getting warmed up. Daya-san wouldn't be foolish enough to leave such a void in her case, right? Yippee! Okay. Neil sent out the day of the crime. There are more tickets than VIP tickets available seats. How many seats are there? Can you clarify what this means for the rest of the court? Of course. The data for the tickets is stored in the school's database, see? The computers keep track of how many VIP seats there are versus how many VIP tickets are in circulation. If the number of tickets exceeds the number of seats, an email will be sent out to all our club members, warning us of the problem. Once we found that the VIP tickets were printed, if the threshold hadn't been exceeded, we would have never known. Thank you for your explanation. Does anyone have any objections to these statements? I do. My objection is the school is over-engineered to the point of senselessness. All these intricacies are the reason for your downfall. Whatever happened to good old-fashioned walk up to someone and ask them face-to-face? That's what we do, and it'd be a million times simpler. Because you guys all live within walking distance of each other. Kenneth-san drew a map for your little rural neighborhood to be the actual size. I never visited Numazu. I went towards, didn't have the time, so I cannot testify. I mean, I know this obviously is an exaggeration, but you know. I cannot confirm or deny. Chizuka-chan was the one who noticed it. She included someone printed out. Okay, I don't think I need to press here when I do it. Would there possibly be another explanation for the computer system's behavior? Let's see. The only other way I can think of is if the number of VIP tickets was reduced somehow with the relevant time interval. You-san, you didn't seriously lower the number of tickets by 2 during the break, right? Then that make you the culprit. No. If you did, I'd make sure to come back and tear you apart. Kami, help whoever decides to take your case on. Kami, help me get this out of the situation. It's the kanji for hair. You out here attacking small towns, yeah. We managed to narrow down the time of the tickets being printed between... Oh, we missed that one. To reiterate, you know that because of the interval in which the email was sent out, right? That's right. The system checks for VIP tickets going over at the threshold every 30 minutes. An email was sent out at 4:30 p.m., meaning that the tickets must have been printed out on the interval before it. That is between 4 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. And that interval exactly overlaps our break time. A very bad look for Kennen-san. Okay, press again. Yippee! And how did you figure that out? I wasn't the one who figured that out. Daya-san did. Daya-san, I'll pass you the mic. All eyes are on you. My friend, nothing a little intuition couldn't solve. Intuition? Allow me to present the defendant's phone. She had replaced it at the printing room until it was located by the one named Oshikatsu-san. Like any self-respecting mobile phone user, her phone has a lock screen, meaning we can't open her phone to verify most of the things she was doing with it. However, any notifications she receives are displayed on the lock screen itself for all to see, including the time she received them. Defendant seems to be quite a popular person. She got a multitude of missed calls and messages from Emma, Shiuto-san, as well as the email sent out about the computer system about VIP tickets. The earliest notifications were sent to her phone around 4:20 p.m. That means she must have lost her phone in the printing room at or slightly before this time. Hang on a second, that doesn't explain enough. Let's see, even though I am aware that Kennen-san left her phone in the printing room at the time of the crime, this is where the case has gaps. If anything I can object to, it's this. Oh no. So far, all you can establish is that Kennen-san had a bunch of unread notifications and her phone happened to be found in the printing room. But there's a possibility the defendant simply didn't read the notification, left her phone in there before the crime. How'd you rule that out? Ooh, we got kanji. Oh, I guess she is speaking Japanese. Yeah, of course she gets the igiyari. Igiyarimasu. Okay. You must not have a high opinion of me. Let's correct that, shall we? I wasn't finished. I could think of 2 other reasons the phone had been left there at the time of the crime. 2 more? No interruptions, defense. I'm currently in the middle of raining on your parade. I'm about to send you a hurricane. Number 1, the battery level. The battery level. I've researched and make and model defendant's cell phone. I know the battery capacity, idle drain rate, and favored in the battery level that the phone was, and factored in the battery level that the phone was at when it was discovered. In addition, among the plethora of notifications we can see on the lock screen was a low battery warning that pops up when a certain percentage of the battery is left. And we have the timestamp of that as well. My calculations indicate that 4 factors line perfectly if we consider the phone was never used since the time of the crime. Number 2, the fingerprints on the phone, or lack thereof. You checked for fingerprints? I may not have access to any databases of fingerprints like your fancy little clubroom door handles, but there's still a few things someone like I can do. Namely, I can tell the phone was almost completely devoid of fingerprints. And your conclusion from that is, phones nowadays use touchscreen. You have to use your fingers to navigate the menus and whatnot. But during the time of the crime, the defendant was in her idol outfit. Her idol outfit includes gloves. That further supports the notion that the defendant had lost her phone in the printing room at the time of the crime. She had gloves on during the interval. Yeah, I didn't consider that. With gloves like those, you'll be leading a negative number of fingerprints. Meaning even previous prints would have wiped off. Okay. Who else has... in the Tokimeki Runner's outfit specifically. Setsuna has gloves, but her gloves are finger. I worded that badly, I'm so sorry. Her gloves are fingerless, is what I meant to say. I think Queendom has gloves, but that's not important. Hello! I never finished watching and reading Case 2. To be honest, we're not gonna finish Case 2 today. We're gonna have to do it tomorrow. Not tomorrow, sorry, next week. Who else has gloves? Ayumu has gloves, I think. Does Kasumi have gloves? I think anyone else who has gloves... I think... no, Ayumu has Ayumu's gloves have fingers. Anyone else who has gloves has fingerless... No, does Queendom have gloves? Queendom isn't important. No, I'm still has gloves, right? I'm still has full gloves, but again, they aren't important here. If she still had her phone on her when she left the printing room that day, she would have found fingerprints on it. But since it doesn't, the last time she must have had her phone was during the time and place of the crime. I've given you a total of 3 exhibit now, the notification, battery levels, and the fingerprints. And I'd like to remind the court that the tickets were printed out around the time the phone was lost in the printing room. Okay, bye. This is long and extremely different news. I remember we're having trouble. Oh, great! I haven't played Ace Attorney in a while, and when I played Ace Attorney, I only played, like, the first 2 games, I think. Yeah, I only played the first 2 games, so good luck to me. Please draw your own conclusions from that. Good to know. I saw that it was much longer than the other trial. I guess it makes sense to be right over here. Oh, I went through that. Oof, that's the roughest beat I've seen since Gyakuten took out Nana-san in the elections. Oh, we are going for All-Stars logic where she doesn't just give it to Shioriko. Okay. And she found all that out without a magic Ofuda. How am I supposed to fight her? Come on, you. Believe in Kaden-san? She was telling the truth and you have to find a way around this. Okay, we gonna press. Can give you a heads up if they create a store for you. Yeah. No, I kind of was like, I guess I'll try to get a little more done of this trial before I stop for today than I was kind of thinking. Because I also had to start late because of work. So it's like, oh. And I started work earlier today than usual. So I'm like, oh, an EP. Can you clarify what you mean by that? Let's see how to put this into words. To print something in the printing room, a student or a staff member must use their Nijigasaki virtual ID. You're gonna, start saying that like it's an ad. Talk about the whole game, yeah. Which is an app you can download onto your phone. Without your virtual ID, you wouldn't be able to get any further than turning the printer on. You need to actually start printing stuff so we can verify you're a student and you aren't just using our shit. However, the VIP tickets are special. To print them, your ID needs to match that of a school idol club School idol club members. Basically, only our club members can print them. The thing is, all available club members were at practice around the time of the crime. There are other printers on campus capable of printing the VIP tickets, but only those close enough to the practice room the only one close enough to the practice room that you can make a round trip within the break time is the one in hallway 306. How big is the damn school? Wasn't the break half an hour long? I feel not dire. Their school is like the size of like a college. Like a whole college. In a nutshell, all the peoples who possibly could have committed the crime were conglomerated in around the hallway 306 at the time of the crime. I guess if I went from the engineer... No, I guess if they were literally on the other side of the building at my former college, then no, I probably couldn't get there in 30 minutes. I mean, I walk really fast, but assuming the printer isn't going to be crazy fast, I probably couldn't do that in 30 minutes. But current college, I only know one printing room there, so. We know that the crime must have happened in the printing room on hallway 306, and the defendant is the only one who appeared to have gone to the printing room at that time. It lines up with what we know. I don't think I have any room for argument here. I've heard enough. The prosecution has thoroughly demonstrated the defendant's role in this incident. I think the truth is becoming increasingly clear. Huh? That's it? Again? Pity. I thought I told you to give me a good challenge. Alas, you failed me. No matter, this trial will be in my fond memories as the shortest and easiest case I've won. I say it wouldn't have when we lost this already, as this is just the judge being the judge. Hang on, this isn't over yet. Don't be ridiculous. I left no room for error. If you really want to drag out this trial for a few precious moments, you'll have to show us why, with evidence. You-chan, do you really have something up your sleeve? We've got to try. It can't just end like this. Come on, I'm backed into the corner. I have to turn around somehow. Defense, do you have any evidence to present? Now would be the time. Yes, Your Honor, right away. When proof Karen's son innocent immediately, I just need to cast reasonable doubt on the prosecution's claim. Even if it's just to move a goalpost and force the prosecution to prove another thing, it's better than nothing. I've got to reveal an angle the prosecution covered. She gave us the homework. The homework is the homework. Although the prosecution had proven that my client went to the printing room, this will recontextualize the whole situation. The homework. Homework. I'd like the members of the court to look at this. This is the defendant's homework assignment. Due on the day of the crime. Why'd you have that? Are you cheating? Academic dishonesty is ground for suspension. Please stop talking like Shuuto-san. No, my client had intended to try to submit it to her instructor late. And the relevance of this is? The prosecution is claiming that the defendant must have entered the printing room to print the VIP tickets. That's the basis for their entire case right now. But say there was an alternate explanation. For example, if the defendant went to the printing room to print not the VIP tickets, but instead her homework. Then that would be perfectly explain why she was in the printing room. Just like that, the case turns in our favor. Well done, you-chan! You managed to escape the pickle barrel! I've managed to what the what? A meaningless exercise. You realize this changes nothing, correct? The defendant printing out her homework makes no difference. Is a trivially easy matter, for to simply have printed both the tickets and her homework in the same visit to the printing room. Oh, she's not wrong, right? Wait, no, she's wrong. Sorry to say, prosecution best actually changes everything. All you've shown so far as the defendant happened to be present around the place and time of the crime with no definitive proof. I say that's enough reasonable doubt. If you want to claim the defendant printed two sets of items, then it's on you to prove she actually did so. Order, order. Not bad. You managed to see through my bluff. Looks like you have some fight in you after all. Take that, miss. I study the blade. I'm impressed you managed to find the information. Naturally, I knew about it as well, but I felt it wouldn't matter, as the defendant could have easily printed the tickets and the homework together. But my task is now to further show the defendant could have been the only possible culprit, then so be it. Let's start by narrowing the time down. Witness, please testify about the defendant's motion around the time of the crime. Let's do it then. According to the clubroom access records, the defendant went to the clubroom once at 4:05 and then once at 4:20. Nice. The defendant needs to get the flash driver so to print her homework, so you can reasonably deduce that she went to the clubroom at 4:05 to get it. You can then reasonably deduce that she probably went to the clubroom at 4:29 to drop her homework and VIP tickets off. Sorry guys, I have to. Therefore, she must have gone to the printing room between 4:05 and 4:20. Since the printing room was about one step away from the clubroom, she most likely was there the whole 15 minutes. And according to the printer records, the printer was only used at 4:10 and no other time. Fuck. So you do have the time it was printed, and you just didn't give us this. So again, printer records. Oh, not this crap again. That's right, the printer in question has a minor log of when it gets turned on and used. That's all it says, though. It doesn't keep track of what gets printed and by whom, which is a good thing. Imagine if someone needs to print a private document. Ken and Son's homework is technically a private document. Ken and Son's homework is technically a private document, you know, so that makes sense. One more thing. The printer shuts off by itself without 1 minute of an activity to save power. That might help us narrowing the time down. Oh, another set of access records are ruining my life. I wish I stopped pulling these out of nowhere. Don't look at me like that, Defense. I didn't think I'd need to use it, but it's what I currently have. Unfortunately, the tickets themselves are still missing. Only the true ticket and Kami, kanji for hair, knows where they are by now. So the tickets haven't turned up yet. From my understanding, the tickets themselves have a timestamp on them. If we had them, we know the exact time they were printed. However, if they do end up turning up, I have full confidence that a timestamp would corroborate my current stance. While no need for hypotheticals in this courtroom, we have to make do with what we have. Defense, your cross-examination. Time to click all of the available options. Hair, nose. I mean, next we're gonna get up to paper nose. Okay, we're gonna just click Q again. I've got those records as well. It looks like Ken and Son was the only one who went to the clubroom. But in the previous case, we found out that all the access records weren't always reliable. Someone could enter alongside her, and it wouldn't be logged. I would say Kami every time someone would say God. But what if they're not saying God? What if they're saying paper? We're arguing about printers here. Kanta, I think you failed to consider how many things Kami means that just has different kanji. It was one of my professor's favorite, things to kind of, mess with this, where he would, throw something in, a sentence. He would, throw Kami in a sentence, and he would be like, okay. Which Kami is it? Good luck. So, suppose that happened again. Yeah, she's gonna do all Japanese, yeah. During questioning, the defendant made no point of anybody entering alongside her, or anyone around in the printing room at all. She had no reason to lie about this either, as her account of events actually makes her look more suspicious. If anyone else was around, surely she would have mentioned it. No, she wouldn't have. Well, I can't say that doesn't make sense. No, you have to think Ken and Son doesn't make sense in general. Ben needs to get a flash drive and print out her homework. Clubroom at 4:05 to get it. Can you clarify what you mean by this? The VIP tickets data are stored on the school's computer database, but a personal document like homework would obviously not be on there. That means the user must provide the data file for the homework herself, for example, by transferring it from a flash drive. Of course, since everyone's backs were in the clubroom during practice, the defendant had to have taken an extra trip to the clubroom to receive it. What Ken and Son told me yesterday. Nothing out of place here, I guess. Maybe she probably went to clubroom at 4:20 dropping her homework. What if she was going back to, We don't know that she printed the VIP tickets. Well, where else could they be? They've completely vanished. We looked through all the trash cans around the area and everything. Most likely, she had dropped off her homework and tickets together and took them home. Unless we can do a search of her dorm room, we can't know for sure. And where could this ticket be? Therefore, she must have gone to the printing room between 4:05. There's a whole 15 minutes. Okay, where? Oh god, where could it have been? 15 entire minutes? What could she have been doing for that long? Don't ask me. Ask Ken and Son herself. Maybe she spent some time figuring the printer out. It's not exactly a simple printer. You see, it's a Xerox. Most people don't bother using that printer, you know? They think it's too big and unwieldy and usually one of the other printers. No, I can't present. No, I can't present it. No! No! No, I can't present that she knows how that printer works. Fuck! I need some time to figure out that needlessly complex contraption. What's wrong with a normal printer? In any case, I can believe the defendant has trouble using this. Don't you think so? Can I do it? No. It's right with me. Please add this to your testimony. Alrighty. So long as using experience using a printer. There we go. Hold it. There we go. What makes you say that? To be honest, I don't think many people use that particular printer. They may some of the smaller, simpler final feature isn't exactly relevant. Isn't the most relevant to most people's purposes. But since the VIP tickets are vinyl, she had to use that printer. She printed the tickets. Can I present? I can't present. Imagine she wanted to kill two birds with one stone and just use both for homework. And just print both for homework and the tickets on the one printer. Well, they're definitely right about Ken and Son's choice of printer. The crease edge around her homework proves that she must use a big white paper. And no clue how to use that big look of a device either, to be quite honest. Oh, I can present. Let's go. There we go. According to the witness in prosecution, the printer is rarely used by most students, and many have difficulty of using it. Isn't that correct? I believe so. That should include Ken. I think you see she's kind of stupid. Look at her math test results. Sorry, but I'll have to disagree. Huh? The thing is, the defendant's one of the few people that's absolutely not experienced with using this particular printer. Defense, please elaborate for the court. The defendant works as a model for an agency. She frequently partakes in photo shoots for magazines and the such. According to her, she has an affinity for printing out the photos she's had taken of her. She likes keeping a collection, see. As far as photos go, she likes printing them not on paper, but vinyl. Oh, so what you're saying is... That's right, this is the printer she usually uses to get her photos. It can hardly be said that Kanen-san is inexperienced with this printer, when she uses it on the regular for her photo printing collection. So the defendant knows how to use a printer? Clarify your point with this. You don't see what I'm getting at? I think it's perfectly simple. What has to do with the timing? Since the defendant would not have difficulty with the printer, there's going to be a lot of time that's not accounted for. If it didn't take Ken-san that long to print her homework, then why was there 15 minutes of time in between the two clubroom access record entries? It's enough time for a second person to have come and gone. That's the issue we need to figure out. Wrong. Huh? Desuwa? Wrong. Desuwa. Have you been paying attention to this trial at all? The printer records clearly state the printer is only turned on and used once by one person during this relevant time interval. I said the defendant simply spent 15 minutes goofing around. Your theory of a second printer user holds as much water as a thimble. So how do you intend to explain this? Why haven't the printer records turned up anywhere else? This way. Anyway, well, that's what we're trying to find out. I'm wrong again. You foolishly foolish fool. That's what you're trying to find out. You need to explain this inconsistency. You're the one implying the existence of another printer user within that 15 minutes time span, Baka. Well, she's not wrong. I need an explanation for this. Printer's only turned on once. Could there have still been a second user? And if so, how? Somehow this all feels awfully familiar. Well, defense, let's hear your explanation. How could there have been a second printer user? Records only logged an entry. Oh shoot, I lost something. I don't want to say Canon printed the tickets for them. But it times out. But they couldn't have used a different printer. I don't want to say Canon printed the tickets for them. I don't want to say Canon printed the tickets for them. Can I save really quickly? Can I save? Can I save? Can I save? I'm just gonna save. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save because I feel like this is what I have to select. This is the answer and I don't want it to be, but I know this is what's right. I can think of one possibility. Have you considered the possibility that Canon printed those tickets but for someone else? That means someone else without having to print the tickets themselves. goodness, throwing up the white flag already. What do you mean? Our goal here today is to prove whether or not the defendant, Asaka Kenen-san, printed the tickets or not. You claim there's your story and you can see the point. The presence of a third party's influence has no bearing on the matter. Whether or not she was influenced to do so by someone else would be a separate case entirely. That's outside the scope of this case. Although, if you'd like, you can throw this case and take on that case instead. And believe me, I'll be there to beat you a second time. Defense. Your revised statement. Okay, cool. You know, this is my second case, not my first. 2 months ago, I ran into back to Shio. Possibility of someone accessing something without leaving a trace, even though there normally would be a log. Oh, I remember. You don't mean... Yes, it's just like back then. Clubroom access records. Get to the point. If you can say something in one sentence, do so without wasting the court's time. Says you freaking motor mouth. We had our case about the lace Brad. Emma-san entered the clubroom and never left an entry, even though the clubroom's door handles keep track of everyone who enters. That was because Hesumi-chan happened to exit the room at the same time. Thus, Emma-san could enter the same clubroom without anyone else knowing. And so, it's in the defense's belief that the same thing happened here. 2 people used the printer with only 1 entry. The defense believes this warrants further investigation, don't you think? No, they're all shaking their head. No! Yes, the court agrees. We don't have enough information to make a ruling yet. No. No. The printer in question shuts off after 1 minute of vital time. The fact was submitted alongside the printer records. What the defense is saying is true. That means someone had used print 1 minute before the defendant did, or 1 minute after the defendant finished. However, there are no known club members who began to approach the printing room around the relevant time, let alone within 1 minute of the defendant. No way. Well, what now? I'm not sure where to go from here. Don't worry, Yu-chan. I'm here to help. With what? I've been working hard too. I want to provide my assistance wherever possible. With what? While you're bantering with Daya-san, I studied the printer's specs again and found out that... Defense, what the hell is your aide giggling about? If you have something to say, share it with the court. Your Honor, we've got a new development I think everyone needs to hear. What is it? According to the printer specs that Ayumu here provided from the internet, 1 minute is only the default time the printer is set to shut off after. But say the time was changed to 5 or 10 minutes, that would be enough time for some unknown to have come and gone within that huge 15-minute interval. Defense, you're putting me to sleep with how amateurish your performance is. Can't be that serious. She's covered for this too. Don't underestimate me. Do you think I haven't accounted for this situation? I've prepared all possibilities in this universe and beyond. That's the Kurosawa way. I already prepared a witness that can testify about this exact subject. No way it's gonna be Shioriko. Order, order. Oh my, looks like that wasn't enough. Sorry, Yu-chan. Am I ever gonna get a leg up here? It's ridiculous. The witness is already in the waiting lobby. She's about to go. She's ready to go at a moment's notice. Prosecution calls me for Shioriko-san. To the witness stand. Oh no, we haven't had Shioriko's of it. Well, and in a while. Very well. Bailiff, bring the next witness stand. Why do we have a bailiff? Witness, name and occupation, please. My name is Mifune Shioriko. I'm the student council president and a member of the school idol club. Occasionally I also volunteer at the children's center nearby, if that counts. Thank you. You were called upon due to your familiarity with the printers in the printing room. Do you have experience with a large white printer with the vinyl function? I do. What about it? I request you testify about the printer's automatic turn-off feature. The defense believes the time limit was set to higher than the default time of 1 minute. You're aware the true time limit was You are aware of what the true time limit that was set to, correct? Indeed. I'll get right on that. But I have something important to bring up first. I'm gonna do a slightly different voice for her because otherwise it's too close to Daya. The maintenance workers at the school just handed me something probably very important to this case. And what would that be? Here. It's the GOAT one and only. I hated Shioriko, like March of 2020. Because Setsuna was my, like, only Nichigasaki Oshi at the time. And, you know, she was just destroying Setsuna's life, like, completely. Like the Melody storyline. she was just fucking up. You know, Setsu had to leave her house, you know, because of her. But she's grown on me. I like her now. Don't worry. Here. There we go. We found the tickets. Where are those supposed to be? I can't read the text on those tiny things from over here. It's the VIP tickets. We found them under the printer. Wait, what? You found them? Goodness, even Dice didn't see that one coming. You agree with that too, Bull? Yes, we agree. It's so, sorry, my cat. Man, I haven't seen the anime yet, damn. Oh, no, in the, so the anime isn't that bad. Like, the anime, she doesn't do any of that. I'm talking about the All-Star storyline, sorry. The anime, in the anime, Olive Rebirth is really toned down for the sake of time. And because of, how controversial Lanzu was, especially in China. Goodness, even Daya-san didn't see this one coming. Well, this is an unexpected development. I'd like to ask. The tickets have a timestamp on them, correct? What time do the tickets say they were printed? According to tickets, they were printed at 4:15 p.m. It was right after all. That falls within the 15-minute interval the defendant was in the printing room, like I said it would. Wonder how to try to overcome. Just my luck. In light of this development, please testify about the tickets and where you found them, in addition to the time setting on the printer. Understood. But I feel like with Nijisaki, like, obviously you hate Rebirth at the beginning. And if you play All-Stars, in the anime, you're like, well, I know they're all gonna get together. Yeah, because they already joined the group in All-Stars. No shit, Sherlock. We didn't know that, you know, Shioriko would, you know, join the club. We didn't know the unplayable MV. We thought we were just actually having, like, I mean, they are the rivals. But we thought we were having, like, a pure rival group that was gonna make it, you know, they can't compete in the Love Live because there's a rival group from the same school. We can't do that. That's not how that works. That's what we thought. And they just reused out Leela and Tomakanote. The tickets were found wedged underneath the large white printer in question. I believe nobody would have been able to find them. Had it been for the fact the printer was suffering mechanical issues, the maintenance team unbolted the printer for repairs and found the tickets there. Defendant must not have wanted to bring the tickets back to practice. It was like she wanted to hide them in the printing room and come back for them later, but was unable to get them out. As for the time setting on the printer, I confirmed they were left on the default 1 minute before shutting off. I can tell you one thing. 1 minute is too small of a time frame for Kainen-san to not have noticed anyone else around the printing room and to be able to share the printing session with them. So, can you elaborate on the last part? Allow me to summarize the point. During questioning, the defendant said she never saw anyone coming or going from the printer room. Coming from or going to the printer room. 1 minute's time is not enough for any potential second person to get far enough away from the printing room for her to not have noticed. If the so-called second person had any more time to get further away, the two of them would have not been able to share a printing session as the printer would have shut off between them. The printer records would then be showing 2 entries. Therefore, the only explanation was there was never a second person. That seemed to make sense to me. How about you, defense? Are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Actually, I got a question. The printer records state the printer was turned on at 4:10 a.m. If it shuts off after 1 minute, how could the culprit stall until 4:10 to print it when it will shut itself off? The printer has a special quirk about it. If a flash drive is plugged into it, the printer takes much longer to shut off. I suppose that's because it thinks you have a job for it to do, so it holds off on shutting down. Let me reiterate, the defendant is known to have brought a flash drive into the printing room. Not to mention, when the defendant was done with the printer, she must have taken her flash drive with her, meaning the printer would go back to its default 1 minute before shutting off, unless Kainen-san left her flash drive in there. That means the defendant could have stalled within her printing activity, but not between hers and anyone else's. My odds are looking more terrible than ever. What if she left the flash drive in there? Please, I can sure hope it turns up some results here. What if she left the flash drive in there? Tickets in printer. Tickets were found underneath to find them. Sorry, water. I thought the printer was bolted to the table. How is that possible? It's hard to tell, but the printer has a set of extremely short rubber legs. Normally it'd help prevent it from sliding around. But since ours is bolted to the table, they don't really do anything besides raise it up about 1 millimeter. Nonetheless, that tiny gap is enough space to slide a pair of VIP tickets. Jury's out on how the culprit expected to retrieve them, though. I hadn't noticed the gap. I suppose that checks out. I don't think this is going to give me anything, but I'll just... If I recall that correctly, that's because of the crease that the printer has been leaving on things it prints out, right? That's right. The printer's been having issues with that for a while now. Naturally, the maintenance crew had to unbolt the printer from the table to perform repairs. That's when they found the tickets. Part of me is glad the tickets were found, and another part of me wishes they weren't. It's here another piece of evidence against us. What makes you say that? Doesn't it make sense? If you secretly break a rule knowingly, you want to keep that fact hidden. If it was just natural, she tried to hide the VIP tickets somewhere before returning to practice. Her idle outfit at the time, with how revealing it is and lack of pockets, wasn't feasible for her to hide the tickets on her person. Isn't that the same thing Ai-chan said yesterday? It is. Ai-chan also said the motions of practicing would cause the tickets to fall after Kanen-san tried to hide them in her clothes. Kanen-san really did print those tickets. I don't doubt she would have wanted to hide them somehow. They were left. I know I already did. Time was just about someone between then and now? No. Only staff members can change things on the printers nowadays. Not nowadays. Once upon a time, any student could change the time before the printer shut off if she wanted to, until some ridiculous pranker thought it'd be comical to change the time limit to 2 seconds. Kasumi-chan, is that you? Oh my, we could hardly even navigate to settings to change it back before the printer shut off on us. It was awful. You allowed to go down to 2 seconds on that timer? What the heck is that stingy with power? High-tech my ass. Fortunately, the flash drive quirk I mentioned earlier saved us. We plugged the flash drive in and had enough time to turn the settings back. What a stupid printer, my reviews ever. I'm gonna push all of them and then figure out where I give the evidence. What if they ran, like, really fast? Ran? Yeah, like, let's say they went, and got out here before Kanen-san saw them. The time frame is after. If that were the case, don't you think the defendant would have heard them? But there was nothing of the sort. Oh, right, my bad. You-chan, if you know something, there's 2 perspectives that Shiorika-chan's talking about here. What do you mean? Well, first off, Shiorika-chan's talking about the tickets being found under the printer. Not only that, she also talked about how any other culprit would have been able to get away in time. If you look carefully at the testimony, I feel like she's showing a conclusion about one of those things. Oh, no, dog. Dog, no. Sorry, the cat and dog are playing. Okay, I feel like there's nothing here. Now the cat's screaming, yeah. Okay, what do we have? She could have hid it under her homework, though, right? I'm just gonna present that. I don't know if it'll work. Your Honor, this evidence contradicts the witness's statement. Really? How so? I have no idea. If we could fail to consider that kind of is a little stupid. Would you like to share with the class? Pokeball, I think you should share your opinions with everyone. I'm gonna pick him up and he's immediately gonna shut up. I'm calling it now. I'm coming. Come on, let me let everyone hear your cute little voice. Come on, let me pick up the cutie. No cutie, pick up. You just want to talk only for me? Nothing for anyone else? No? Okay. Familiar for the default setting, okay. So I got an achievement basically telling me shut up about this, it's not gonna go anywhere. So it has to be like 3 him close enough. If you get him close enough where we can hear him, that's when he'll go quiet. That too. Okay, I think it's this. I have 6. Did I save? I can't remember if I saved or not. I feel like this might be the last thing I do today. Even if it apparently kills me. Which I don't know, man. Maybe it might. Okay. Yeah, okay, the tickets were found in Wedge. This is a conclusion, but not the conclusion we want to find her making. This is just a statement. This is a fact. So, no. I'm bringing the tickets back to practice. Get them out. They already used Daya's outfit against us. Not Daya's outfit, sorry, Kenan's outfit against us. We consider Kenan kind of stupid. This... Oh wait, what if the logic I was going for with her homework was under the homework, or assuming it's like 2 pages or something, she could have hidden the VIP tickets underneath because she went back to the club room. What if I just need to state that she went back to the club room? What if I'm just getting too ahead of myself? I'm getting too ahead of myself, yeah. Yeah, it's funny how that works. Yeah, it's funny. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's funny how that works sometimes. I love jumping to conclusion. Why is that? Well, let's take a look at the clubroom access records. According to what we've talked about so far, defendant went to the printing room between the first 2 times she went to the clubroom. That's between 4:05 and 4:20. Printer was accessed 4:10, and defendant dropped off her homework in the bag of the clubroom afterwards. So tell me why didn't she just bring the tickets with them? If she printed the tickets, why shouldn't she just drop them off in the clubroom? That's a good point. You fool. The obvious reason, because you didn't want to run into the risk of bumping into anyone in the hallways or the clubroom. But she had her homework. She could have hidden her homework. And how do you know that? Do you have any proof of that? Naturally, it was break time. People always come and go during that. Defendant must have known this. It's a constant of life, like death and taxes, I feel that. What on earth are you talking about? Death and taxes? This time was no different. Several club members took a trip to the restroom. It's likely the defendant assumed this and didn't want to take any chances. Yes, one opening I've been searching for. If that's the case, why haven't these members been questioned? Are you even listening to me? I said restroom. The restroom is nowhere near the printing room. I've already said that the defendant was only one hand. I can't present fuck. If you want to imply one of the other club members head towards the printing room, then prove it. She's right. The map. What's the plan you on her stupid ass fucking map. Well, I've got to do some evidence to prove that someone else went in the printing room. It's my only chance to fucking map. I didn't even consider hide them in her homework. I was more focused on the flash drive thing. I mean, I guess her homework, even if her homework is 1 page, she could probably hide it under pretty well. That's not your only option. You've also got a testimony. Huh? You mean like calling in a witness? Defense, let's hear what your decision is. The game is telling me to call a witness, is it not? I feel like the game is really telling me to call a witness, but the map. But the map, though. But the game, but who would I even call as a witness? Who would I even call as a witness? The game wants me to call a witness too, Adley. I'm just going to accept that. Call witness, Your Honor. Let's see, I better avoid calling Rina-chan. Really preparing. Culprit. I need someone in Nijigasaki. You've been up here. You're by my side, so you're not. I think I'm gonna put I. I feel like I's our only option. Defense calls Miyashita I to the stand. Clarify why? Yesterday, upon talking to her, she said she had gone to the restroom alongside a few others. And we clearly can't call Setsuna. Although she made no implication to me she or anyone else had headed towards the printing room, defense would like the opportunity to confirm if this is true. There are still many unanswered questions from this case, that much is for certain. The court believes it has a duty to clear up any remaining uncertainties whenever possible. That includes hearing all relevant testimony. Looks like you may have survived a little longer. Savor it. It won't last long. I can guarantee you this. You may have reduced our smoking gun to a smoking pile of ashes, but it's just the beginning. I'm about to pull out heavy artillery. Mark my words. Oh, hush you. Defense shall be granted the opportunity to cross-examine Miyashita I. Before that, court shall take a recess. We reconvene in 30 minutes, adjourned. Oh, Shiriko. Ifune-san, please tell me you got the cameras. Can we magically get the cameras? It's in the game. That's a good sign. Get to magically get the cameras. Where's Kanin-san? I've got a few questions for her too. I want the cameras. You called for me? What's the matter? Kanin-san, I've got a question for you. Real quick, can you tell us what your emotions were like between 4:05 and 4:20 p.m. Between those two times you went to the club room? After I grabbed my flash drive from the club room, I didn't go directly to the printing room. You know how the hallways are in a big loop? I kind of took a stroll around the entire hallway. Huh? Why? Well, I didn't bring my map with me that day, see? I must have gotten lost around the way. The printing room was 5 meters from the club room. Oops. I didn't have a clue where I was. I was taking my sweet time checking every room to make sure I didn't miss it. Well, at least I explained the time gap. I assume that means the person who printed the tickets went to the printing room before you did. Oh, yeah, I remember. The printer was already on when I used it. Must have just finished being used, but like the prosecutor said, I didn't see anyone in or around the printing room. Strange, almost if they had disappeared. The printer had just finished printing something. Was there anything notable in the output tray? They hid it under because they were still in the room. Nothing that I can remember? Sorry about that. I suppose the tickets have already been hidden by the time I got there. Same with the person. Thank you. Hopefully this information comes in handy down the line. Yu-chan, do you think you could turn around the cases like Ken-san told you? The person was hiding in the room. Hello. To be honest, I'm not sure. Our next text really shows someone to the printing room. Probably get lost in the path between those yellow doors behind her. Listen. This is going to be the token. You forgot about this scene in the Nijigasaki anime because you consume media so fast. But there is... I already rambled about this last time. There's a scene where they're doing the little game that Rina comes up with. And Kaden gets Mia and her lost, and they go to a baseball game. To be honest, I'm not sure. Our next test will be able to show that someone else went to the printing room. I don't think any of that helps directly accept the time frame. Death on. You think so? We'll have to see, but I'll definitely keep that in mind. 3 things to remember. First, Ken and Son arrived to the printing room later than expected. Biyoshi went around the entire hallway like a dumbass. Second, when Ken and Son arrived, the printer was already on. Third, the tickets weren't in the output tray and already gone by the time Ken and Son got there. They were hidden under the person was still in the room, just hiding. But how could we trace someone done all that and vanish without a trace? What color was the room? Yes, I'm actually gonna keep going for a bit, I think. Because I'm trying to think if there's any... I'm trying to think if there's any... Oh, was the room yellow? Was the paint in the room yellow? Because then I could have hidden. Okay, the courtroom. Court is back in session for the trial of Oshikatsu. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Really, you're gonna do this again? A 30-minute recess. Oh, really generous, I'd say. I really would have just appreciated it if she found camera records, but you know. I realized I'm too early. It's 6 p.m. PST for me. Oh, yeah. I am thinking, I think I'm going to probably change the time, my thing says, on my schedule. So it says, CDT louder. When does CDT end when, no, that's like October. Yeah, I will take that as feedback and possibly, see if I can adjust the time thing to be a little louder, a little larger. I am not going to try to open Affinity right now. Affinity is stupid, and I don't. The file is really large. I don't want to risk opening a giant file because of this. Tomorrow I will... No, sorry, not tomorrow. Next week I should be back to my normal time for this, because I will not work until 5 p.m. my time. I've seen eggs that take longer to prepare than this witness, but that's just a Kurosawa way. Okay. Accuracy and efficiency. It will do you good to remember that. Breaking time so we can all be on the same time zone. That'd be so easy. I'm not wasting my neurons on that drivel. Hurry up and get on with it. The witness, Miyashita Ai-san, has been thoroughly prepared to explain the movements of the other club members. Yep, just preparing the witness. Yep, so we don't do... God, I love Ace Attorney. The prosecution intends to demonstrate once and for all that nobody, besides the defendant, could have committed the crime. Very well, bring the witness in. What bullshit is I about to do? Witness, state your name and occupation. My name is Miyashita Ai. As for my occupation, I forgot the voice I was doing. I'm currently occupying this witness stand. One second, I'm just gonna give her a minute. I like the way she rolls. She's having fun. I have a feeling she's gonna do this again to move on. Huh? Wow, you really set up this gym like an actual place to run a trial. She not was she oh, she wasn't there the first one, right? Nito, the basketball hoops are still up. You can cross-examine while I cross up other players. And I don't think I didn't see what you did there. You guys set up a courtroom in a room full of courts. I'm imagining it as she's laughing so hard that she's hitting her head on this little desk right here. This is Dio-san's first time with Ai's bullshit. Say, you guys should let Rina and me play detective again, but let Emachi, Kasumin, and Kana-san run this trial instead. It'll be a courts of the court of courts. I said that close enough to correct. We're going with it. I do also appreciate Daya-san. Daya-san, no, now I'm starting giving her honorifics. Just speaking in, you know, the Nihongo. Her Nihongo is Jozu for today. One second, I'm gonna... plugs. Make sure everything is plugged in. I'm gonna go for longer than anticipated. My back hurts today. I didn't lift stuff up a very good way like a smart person. I'm going to stop you there, witness. You're here to testify, not run a stand-up routine. And we just do that every day. If we wanted to watch a comedy show, I'd have bought tickets to the circus. Huh, for a second I thought you were going to sound like I'd watched the defense previous trial. Alternately, I've watched the defense previous trial. See, luckily I read that fast enough that I still remembered it, even though I clicked on accident. Ugh. No. Hey, lighten up, Stabby. No heart... Hey, lighten up, Stabby. No need to be harsh on you. Wow, she's standing up for you, Yu-chan. It's about time I get respect around here. Thanks, I-chan. In any case, you know what to testify about, right? The witness one of the few Nijigasaki School Idol Club members to have left the practice room around the time of the crime. She left it with 2 other members as a group. Since the 3 of them left together, Miyashita I will be speaking all 3 of their behalves, because you see, where's Setsuno? Man, we have no idea. She's not even in the school. She's not even in Japan right now, actually. Are you ready to testify, or should I explain the process again? Don't worry, I've been in one of these before. It takes me back. Takes you back? You mean you've participated in a trial before? Well, not recently. A few years ago. Misato One-chan had one of these when she was a student. I was just a little girl back then. The witness has an older sister? She's my sister from another mister. We're not blood related, but we may as well be. I didn't think about her not sister. Guess I know that. Guess we're not technically the first school attorneys after all. Well, this is enough Nijigasaki trivia party. Actually, they didn't go to Nijigasaki. Wait, no, her friend didn't go to Nijigasaki. Her friend didn't go, in the anime, that friend didn't go to Nijigasaki. They went to another school, right? And then, that's why she introduced her to Kanin-chan, and then they performed Eternal Light. Let's go step into the new world. Please begin your testimony as soon as possible. Alright, let's get cracking. When was that practice? So yeah, when practice started, I took a look at everyone who was present. As for the people at practice that day, we had Yu, Azuna, Quartz, and Diver Diva. So we just said for Rebirth to go fuck themselves, is what you should have said. The only ones left in the room besides Kennen were me, Setsu, and Rinari. We didn't go anywhere besides the restroom, though. We went over there and headed right back afterwards. So I'm sorry to say, but I think could have only been Kadeen, right? There goes our subunit activities. Our subunit activities are about to be what they are in real life. So the 3 of you had gone to the restroom together on that day, leaving the defendant as the only possible culprit. The prosecution has evidence pertinent to the statement to submit. What is this, prosecution? At the time, the witness had coincidentally snapped a photo of herself and her friends in the restroom. See for yourself. They're not going to get in trouble for taking a photo in the restroom. It shows the witness and her 2 associates in the restroom, as she had testified. I've added the file name to the bottom left of this image. Take note of it. Oh, my thing is slightly covering it. IMG 0XX05. It's a very cute image. I'm going to... My brain is going for the fact that they're going to get in trouble for taking a photo in a public restroom. Because I know in a lot of places that's illegal. I don't know if that's legal in Japan. I never tried. I don't know any of my friends that tried. I mean, also the bathroom in our academy was really... It was like, was it 1 or 2 stalls? It was 1 or 2 stalls, I can't remember. And 1 sink. And fun culture thing about Japan, the sink didn't have soap. Which was a major culture shock for a lot of us at the beginning. I said it's the only thing I had real culture shock over was not having soap in bathrooms and, like, for washing your hands in bathrooms in general. The, sink being on the toilets a lot of the time, it's like, oh, no, that's actually smart if you think about it. You know, you're not wasting as much water. That's not a bad idea. But I guess it wouldn't work if you had soap, yeah. I mean, I guess it wouldn't work as well if you had soap. No one narcs. Crime with no one narcs, yeah. I mean, people definitely did it in my school, like in my high school and stuff. I just know quite a few of them got in trouble if you posted on social media. And people found out. Yeah, it's IMG. I guess that's a 3. It could be an 8. Oh, XX5. Family includes sequence. Oh, okay. So I'm trying to read the part that doesn't matter. 5 p.m. Okay. I've cross-confirmed the file name with the metadata to confirm the file name was not tampered with. We can safely conclude that the time is legitimate. This is getting more serious than I expected, so we have a photo relevant to this crime now, too. We took the photo the same minute the tickets were minted. No shot anyone could possibly make it to or from the printing room and set up the printer within 1 minute. I see and witness. Are you sure there weren't any other people who left the practice room that day? As sure as death and taxes. Why are we talking about death and taxes? Seriously, why does everyone keep saying that? Death is certain, taxes are also certain. Everyone was so distracted by that little game Rena made. What was it called? Rena Clicker? What if everyone was so... Wait, but Rena already was with them. What if everyone was so distracted someone else left the room and they didn't notice? When I got back to the practice room, everyone was still huddled around Renardi's phone. I'm pretty sure that was just the 4 of us who left that day. Anyway, it's time for you to use cross-examination of me, right? Make sure you focus hard. You don't want to get cross-eyed, am I right? Right, though the court requests you keep your jokes and antics to a minimum. Like I said, this is no place for a stand-up routine. Save it for the stage. It's to prosecution? Come on, you don't have to share Nana-san's mindset. No need to be so judgmental. I mean, I don't think Nana cares. I think it's Nana is seeing Daya about to flip out about it and going, I'd rather not. The defense shall begin its cross-examination of the witness. However, I must warn you, if you press the witness in a way that causes her to wisecrack, I will not hesitate to hand you a penalty. Oh no. That's not fair. Your Honor, with all due respect, can you reconsider? I really don't think I should be held accountable for this witness making an unexpected pun. Actually, you're right. That would be patently ridiculous. Yeah, there's no need to punish you-chan for a joke I-chan makes. I wouldn't even need to buy tickets to the circus. Doing that would be like bringing a circus here. Are we cross-examining a clown now? Yeah, that'd be like stupid or something. We are not stupid. Okay. Time to click all of these. Sorry, look for everyone. Take a look at everyone that's present. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you? They're all my friends. I like to know who I'm practicing with on a given day. There's not like a ton of us either. Max 13. Good grief. Even the idol group size here are excessive. What about Shioriko? Can you clarify what you mean to the rest of the court? Well, you use Takasaki U for starters. Members of our school idol club has been subunits. Asuna, Quartz, and Diver Diva are all subunits we have here. It would help if you would list the members of each subunit for us. Asuna made up of Yuhara Ayumu, Osaka Shizuku, and Yuki Setsuna. Like I said sooner, Setsu was one of the two who went to the restroom with me. I really feel like handing someone a penalty right now. Quartz is made up of Nakasu Kasumi, Konoi Kanata, Emma Verde, and Tenoji Rina. You made that crystal clear. I can feel the judge's eyes burning a hole to me. And Diver Depot made of Asaka, Karin, and me. That's everyone. Come see our show sometime, okay? She listed everyone correctly. I think there's that. Oh, well. What about her? Witness, there are only 10 people at practice on the day of the crime, right? Yep, just like I said. What about Mifune Shioriko? She's of the subunit Rebirth. She didn't show up to practice the day of the crime. We talked about other printing rooms, other vinyls printers before the trial. Isn't it possible that she used one of those printers since she wasn't restricted to hallway 306 like everyone else? Well, yeah, but you and I both know she was off campus that day, so she couldn't have done so. That's what she told us, but I think it's time we asked a pivotal question. How can we know that for sure? And that's why she won't give us the camera records. Defense, I don't understand your strategy here. We talked about the other printing room on campus before, and you must know that Mifune Shioriko-san was not at practice on the day of the crime. She's strong in puns, very. Why'd you wait until now to bring this up? You could have brought it up at any point beforehand. Shioriko-chan told me she was not at school around the time of the crime. I'm usually one to believe her, but I think it's time to call this into question. Like I always say, we must consider all possibilities. Also, I'm kind of stuck here. If I can find a way to pin it on the other people at practice, I might have to shift my thinking to elsewhere. Obviously, Mia printed them in the US. Defense, what's your proposition? I propose we bring Shioriko-chan back in there and have her testify about where she was. We had just sent her away and you brought in this witness in her place. You want to bring her back? One witness after another? What a sloppy performance. It would do good to actually plan your cases like I do. Witness, you are dismissed. We'll see you in 5 minutes when the defense changes her mind again. Is it okay if I-chan stays on the witness stand? Pardon? Pardon? Your Honor, the defense isn't finished with the witness yet. What the hell are you doing? They just asked to call in a different witness? They just send a ticket from their country and hides him under the printer. We have failed to consider that the time could be 4:15 p.m. US time. And it's like a 16-hour difference. Nothing about this makes any sense. Pick one witness and stay with it. I think Yu-chan is asking for both of them to be up on the stand at the same time. Nope, this is my wrong water. That's not the water I want to drink right now. Yep. I can move bars aside because that one has my migraine medicine in it. Can we do that? I guess I don't mind. I'll just scooch over then. Prosecution, do you agree to this? Makes no difference to me. This court is already as jumpy as any other kangaroo court. What's another unorthodox move? Throw all the weird nonsense you want at me, defense. I'll defeat you either way. Then it shall be done. Bailiff, bring in the witness. Kind of a tight fit, huh? But I can handle it. Why have you called me back again? Watch out, Chioti! They're gonna charge you with assault. Seriously? For what? I'm just kidding. Defense is questioning your location at the time of the crime. I believe I said I was off campus. Shioriko-chan, please testify about your exact whereabouts. I need to make sure you weren't actually on campus. I see what's going on. You think I was the one who printed the tickets. Sorry, I just need to make sure. I understand, and I take no offense. In a case like this, it's pivotal that all facts are provided. I shall present them to you. So, I guess I just stand here and look pretty? For now, yes. I'll talk to you if I think I need to. Alright, let's see how I can get out of this. The crime happened between 4 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. on May 11th, correct? I was not at school at the time. During the time of the crime, I was doing something for the children's center I usually volunteer at. I was far enough away, it was not possible for me to have gone to any other printing room to print anything within the given time period. And I'm Aisan! She's gonna do that every single... So the witness was really off campus, meaning she didn't have access to any of the vinyl printers. Seemed simple enough. Defense, cross-examine the witness. Wow, cross-examining 2 people at once? You're really something, Yu-chan. Let's hope this works smoothly. It'll be hard to talk to and listen to 2 people at once in a situation like this. Actually, listening goes 3 ways, doesn't it? Huh? What do you mean? Well, you're talking and listening to Ai-chan, as well as Shiorika-chan, right? But those 2 understand together, and they're also listening to each other, you know? I suppose that's true. Whoever's not being questioned doesn't really have anything to do besides listen. You press one of them for information. Remember to watch the other one closely. You might see them react to something you have said. If that happens, you press T to pursue them. That's what's on their mind. See, okay. Someone else must have printed the tickets. It's either Shiorika-chan or someone was at the practice room, which is correct. Again, it could have been Lanto in Hong Kong. Shiorika's whereabouts. Crime happened between 4 p.m. I was not at school at the time. Crime, I was volunteering. Okay. Actually, it happened at 4:15 p.m. I guess that doesn't really change anything. Correct, I was completely off campus the entire interval. 6 being printed at 4:15 doesn't change anything. I wasn't on campus at the time. That makes sense. Just my luck. I'll have more breathing room. She didn't happen to be a watertight alibi. In the children's center, I usually work out. I've only played the first 2, so you've gotten further than me. The children's center? There's a children's center I often volunteer for. I'm usually helping the kids or running errands for them. Although, since Ranju and Mia-chan are out of town, rigorous activities are suspended. I've been using that opportunity to get stuff done. Carefully, don't get rusty now. Come practice every once in a while. Okay, she did something. But I don't think that's anything. How far were you exactly? Several kilometers, I think. I wouldn't have time to get back here. From greatest attorney. Oh, great, I'm cooked. Great. Several kilometers? How'd you get so far? Did you walk? I took a train. There's one that runs between here and where I was going. Renting a train like we did when we went to Akihabara. That free train pass awfully convenient, I gotta say. Are you? Hi, Ai-chan. My first time seeing two with sub-ends! I don't think real cows do this. Very first one page. It's going to mines. Okay, so I guess that lollipop is something that I do have to do. It's suspicious. I don't really consider it suspicious, but whatever. Ai-chan, do you have anything to add to that? Huh? Oh, oops, did I do something? Just now I saw you react to what Shiorika-chan said. She said she was volunteering for the children's center. Oh, haha, it's no big deal. It's just... Shioti, I thought you went somewhere different. That's what I thought anyway. What? The witness didn't actually go to the children's center? Oh my, don't get the wrong idea now. I never said I was at the children's center. I said I was running an errand for them. Witness, where was it that you actually went? That would have been to Akihabara. Rinani and I are going there later today. Tell me, was it fun? Fun? Sorry, I was running an errand. I would like to enjoy myself, but I didn't have time to. So that's why you couldn't do the thing I asked you to do. What are you going on about? What thing? Oh, it's nothing. I just want Shioti to pick up a few souvenirs for me. It's got nothing to do with the case. It's alright though. I called Shioti about it when I found out. Nicole, I told her I wanted to bring Ria there today anyway. So it'd be okay if she wanted to get the stuff for me. I could just get them myself then. But one important question, Ai-chan. How did you know that Shiorika-chan was in Akihabara? Oh, that? I asked her before practice session started. I noticed Shioti didn't show up to practice. So before practice, I asked her a message asking where she was. Shioti didn't respond until 3:50 p.m. and she didn't see the message until then. Naturally, I saw it when I left for the restroom. And what was her response? Nothing, but she just sent me a location ping. Location ping? Oh no. So her message contained the map of my location as dictated by GPS. Don't worry about the fabrication, because it's impossible. It's the real deal. Oh shoot, how long is the train from Akihabara to Odaiba? I wasn't... Is there a direct train though? I don't... was it maybe... I guess I maybe just didn't take the train because I did have a thing. Am I also just putting too much logic into this for, like, times? Karen was able to get and change into her idol outfit in an hour, so I don't think we're gonna go for that whole... Look at that, Yu-chan! You must find an opening where there otherwise was none! Looks like pursuing has its merits, so I keep this tactic in mind. See, according to this location pin, Gyakuten has stopped by Akihabara Station at 3:50 p.m. I'd better take note of that. Witness, please amend your testimony. Will do. Change your... Doing something for the Children's Center I usually volunteer at, though it's actually in Akihabara. The way the not possible move. I'm going to need to bring this up to... Let's see how far it's going to be. Witness, I need you to start by telling me the truth. Huh? I've been truthful this whole time. No, not you, the other witness. Is there something wrong with what I've been saying? Actually, it's about the location ping Ai-chan showed us. That is, I take it she was with something that isn't shown on this map. You're going to have to show us what you mean, defense? Oh no, I've lost something. I'm already losing something now. Show the court what the issue with this location ping is. Can I zoom out? I clicked the wrong one. I clicked the wrong thing. There it is. There's the egregious location I was talking about. The printing shop. It's a printing shop. That's right, there's a printing shop near the train station Gyakuten was supposedly at. It's completely possible the witness was able to print the tickets despite not being at school, due to the presence of the printing shop. Order, order. For the longest time, we've been assuming the printing room on campus is the only place that can print the tickets, due to their ability to print vinyl. However, there's no doubt the printing shop in Akihabara would be able to print vinyl as well. You big oaf. The tickets were found underneath the printer in the printing room on hallway 306. Or have you already forgotten? Why would the tickets have been in the school's printing room if they weren't even printed there? After they were caught, they put them there to cover their tracks. I think you're the one who needs a refresher on what's been going on. What? Tell me, who was the one who brought the tickets into this trial in the first place? It can't be. I mean, as for school, tell me something's probably very important to this case. Would that be here? There's no way. Witness, if you're trying to play me for a fool, I won't forgive you. Relax, there's a perfectly rational explanation for why that never happened. And what would that be? When the tickets were printed, the computer systems at our school detected there were more tickets in circulation than available seats, right? Well, a random print shop would have no reason to be connected to our computer system. The tickets were printed outside the school. The email had never been sent out, is what you're saying. Precisely. The tickets must have been printed on campus. Order, order. No, I was banking on that. It didn't work. As the defense's latest fury gets shot down the drain. Pity. Well, you say now, defense? Any more fantastical stories you want to try now before we close this off? At a loss now. Talk about. Defense, you got anything else to say? Now would be the time. I feel faint. I can't give up, but I don't think I have anything else that could really get us out of this trap. Do I have a chance? Is there anything else I can still say? Show embarrassing. What, Your Honor? There must be another explanation for all this. It'd be like 30 minutes just from the train and not counting the maps. You need to take 2 trains to get to Akihabara. I prefer the school is. It'd be 30 minutes from this train, not counting the walking. Okay. I was like, oh, I feel like it was longer than an hour, but I didn't go directly to Akihabara. Very well, as you might expect, you need to provide some reasoning for continuing the trial. Of course, I believe this piece of evidence shall allow the trial to continue. I feel like she was not giving us the camera records for a reason. But I feel like this is something that's like too early for me to present. That it's not going to do anything. I have nothing. I have no idea. I'm so lost. I'm so lost. I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna click wait and see because I actually have no fucking idea. Got nothing. Yep, it's over. Oh shit, I didn't save before that. It's already over, I didn't save. Oof, I get so sad. I should have fucking saved. Don't feel down though, Yu. I can tell you did your best. Kennen wouldn't put it against you. Oh well, your performance was a joke. I can't believe you gave up at the end there. I can't believe I forgot to save before I did that. Hey, she tried her best, okay? What are you supposed to do when all the evidence is stacked against you? Anyway, let's wrap this up. I want to surprise Reina to you with her Akihabara visit. Very well. Court finds pendant Asaka Canyon.
Objection!
Okay, maybe go. No, I probably should have still saved. Oops. I should have still saved. Defense, what hilarious yet infuriating antics are you trying to pull now? Ayumi, what's going on? Why'd you call it like that so suddenly? Yu-chan, did you hear what I-chan said? To the trip to Akihabara with Rina-chan was supposed to be a surprise. But she also said yesterday during break she had called Shiorika-chan and talked to her about the surprise trip, which means... Wait, does it mean? I'm sure it means something. But she called her, but Rinari was with her. Can you speak up? I can't hear you from back there. You can use to climb out the ditch you're trapped in? Not likely. Tell you what, if you can slip out of this tight spot, I'll take back what I said about your performance. About to hand out my verdict. Defense, your last chance to continue the trial. Of course, just give me a second. New angle is for sure. Apparently I-chan called Shiorika-chan. Talked to her about how she was going to take Rina-chan to Akihabara, but she was with Rina the entire time. Just be a surprise. Rina-chan still doesn't know by now. She's still in the waiting room anyway. You can make a difference because they were together. I-chan told Terrarium about the plan to go to Akihabara of Rina-chan. The fact that the trip was supposed to be a surprise. Tear these two facts together. I and Rina were not together at the time. I-chan called Terrarium about coming to Akihabara of Rina-chan. Then Rina-chan would have known about it since they were together at the time. But now I-chan is saying the trip was supposed to be a surprise. I mean, Rina-chan didn't know about it, so what really happened? The logical explanation of Rina-chan and I-chan were not together when the call was made. And what difference does that make? Whether Tennoji and Rina-san heard the call or not doesn't change anything. Please pay attention to the trial. There were 3 people left the practice room besides the defendant that day. Yet I-san is the one we're having testify right now. That's because I-san was supposedly with Rina-chan and this magnificent Yuki Setsuna-chan at the same time. San at the same time. You see, she couldn't be here today. We don't know where she is. Right. But based off what I-chan has been saying, there must have been a point where the group was separated somehow. So my question is, how much can this witness's testimony thus far account for the activity of the other 2? Order in the court. Hooray, good thing you kept I-chan up there. Now's the time you got a chance to get a further testimony. Exactly right, thank you, Ayamo. To be honest, I didn't really think about that. I-san, the way you described it earlier made it sound like you were with Setsuna-chan and Rina-chan the entire break period. You said to me yesterday, too, anything they saw you would have as well, or something of the sort. But there was a point where the group was separated. You couldn't speak on their behalves, right? Who knows where they could have gone. She's a pro and a beauty. Too bad she's not here in the room right now. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Well, you're not wrong. Thinking back, I think I was separated from the other 2 for a brief moment. The other 2? She was by herself for a period of time. Your Honor, we must have Setsuna-chan and Rina-chan testify about their true emotions that day. Well, we have a tiny problem there. Oh, right. Hang on a second, Yu. No need to get Setsuna down here so soon. Maybe I can explain this whole conundrum away. You see, I'd rather just take the blame for all of this. Even if I can't tell you where they were, I can definitely tell you where they weren't. Is that so? I'll leave this to you then. I suppose I'll be the one standing aside looking pretty this time around. As promised defense, I have taken back what I said about your performance, but for how long? It was a witty quip, but no, I do wonder myself how long this lifeline will last me. In that case, please testify. Rina-chan, Rina-san and Setsuna-san moved around the time of the crime. Okay. As far as I know, Kennen left the room pretty early, as she was the first one to leave. Left the room second, I made the call to Shioti in the hallway right around the practice room. Based off the timestamp of the call, is about 1:11 p.m. One short call later, Setsu came out of the practice room and we headed to the restroom together. Rina must have joined us in the restroom around 4:14 or so because we took the photo at 4:15 immediately after she came to us. We didn't even let her go to the bathroom first. We were there until maybe 4:25 p.m. That's about when we headed back to the practice room. No need to get Rina-chan, or especially not Setsuna-chan, to testify in this court. That is correct. According to the witness's testimony, she had left the practice room around 4:11 p.m. Everyone else left sometime after. Recall the printer's records state the printer was turned on at 4:10 p.m. The defendant, having left earlier than everyone else, is the only one who could have used the printer at this time. And that makes perfect sense. Defense, your witness, was she always blushing? Ayumu's afforded me a pivotal opportunity. I better not waste it. They're all blushing. Okay. Despite the evidence suggesting that Kennen must have printed the tickets, there's got to be a gap in their reasoning somewhere. If it's actually the culprit is Setsuna, it's just, oh, guys, I guess Asaka Kennen's guilty. No, we don't have to talk to Setsuna. Don't worry about it. That'd be funny. I mean, I guess we would. I'd say I guess we'd never find out, but I feel like a game would not do that. As far as I know, Kennen left the room pretty early. I think she was the first one to leave. Left the room second and made the call to Shioti in the hallway right outside the practice room. Based on the timestamp of the call, it was around 4:11 p.m. One short call later, Setsu came out of the practice room. We headed to the restroom together. Dinali must have joined us in the restroom around 4:14 p.m. or so, because we took the photo at 4:15 immediately after she came to us. We were in there until maybe 4:25 p.m.? That's about when we headed back to the practice room. Might be our last chance. Do you see anything we can do with this information, Aimu? Beats me. You might spend on tiny minor inconveniences for this one. Tiny contradictions rather than nothing at all. Try to give more information. I was meant to click stuff there, wasn't I? I was meant to do something and I zoned out and got too focused on reading them to push. Yeah. According to the clubroom access records I have here, Ken and Son had gone to the clubroom at 4:05 p.m. Sounds about right. She did leave pretty early into the break from what I remember. This aligns perfectly for a previous account of the events. The defendant must have arrived to the printing room early after going to the clubroom, then goofed around for the 15 minutes she was in there. Are you sure that no one else left before her? I think so. I won't be able to know for sure, though. Fence, you taking any issue with what the witnesses said here? Let's see, I do have Karen-san didn't actually leave early. Her thing says 4:05, so no. I don't think I've ever countered that claim. We called it Shioti. And you're sure that Rina-chan wasn't out of the room at this point? Rina and I usually go to the restroom together. I wanted to see if she wanted to tag along, but she was distracted by that little game she was showing off. Oh, well, I decided to rest in the restroom while Rina rested with the rest. Defense, did you take any issue with the witnesses said here? I can't. I'm sorry, what evidence do I have again? No. Okay, I might have something to do with this. What did you say that was my chance to Would you say it lasted 2 minutes? Let's go. Okay. Probably less, I'd say 1 minute, even that. Since I'm sure already finished, maybe. I'm gonna come outside if she's running reps. Annoyingly narrow time frames. No matter though, the point is that both Miyashita, Ai-san, and Yuki Setsuna summer new practice room was activated. It was in printing room defense. Show up Ai's account because. Oh no, shows us why. Oh no, I don't quite think it does. Oh, that wasn't it. No, okay. The point I was already busy taking pictures with Setsu. I guess I wasn't like laser focused on the door or anything. You took more photos than just the one you showed here today? Yeah, but they don't tell us anything we don't already know. It's fine. Anyway, my point is I didn't see Rinari come in. I heard her come in, which what alerted me to her presence. Defense, you take any issue with what the witnesses said here? No. Not really. Do you think goof around the restroom for 10 minutes? Oh yeah, I love goofing around. It was a great goof. You see, if the witness goofed around for 10 minutes, the restroom was starting to defend it from goofing around the printing room for 15. Matters the fact that none of us left the room for the 10-minute interval. Not that it really matters. Defense, you take any issue with what the witness has said here? Let's see, do I have any things there's three of them might have in the restroom? There is some evidence I need to present. Okay. Alright, I already read this. Okay. What is my evidence again? Okay. No, I don't have to worry about these ones. The hallway map. Okay, it's just cut in. Okay, that's what I thought. First time leave, I'll have a second, medical TOT. Okay. So that didn't work, so that's not anything. Oh wait, which one did I even do? What is this? Okay. Yep, this is just... Okay, so this was at 12:43. Okay, what time is this? 15:02. Okay. Wait. I feel like it has to be this image. I will be blunt when I say I don't know how this might be this image. You yourself saw her come in? At this point, I was already busy taking pictures with Setsu. I guess it was like laser focus on the door or anything. Took more photos just when you showed here. Yeah, blah, blah. I feel like it has to be the photo. Cherry wire. Yeah, oh my god, it was the photo. Let's go. Okay, I have no idea how it is. Chan, are you absolutely sure you heard Rina-chan coming into the restroom? Yeah, is there a problem? Frankly, I don't think you're telling the truth. Is it timing? Oops, shoot. My earbud, no! My earbuds. I hit my earbud on my ear. Okay, there we go. Yes, it's all in this photo. Remember the photo you took at 4:15 p.m. the day of the crime? There's something in it that directly contradicts your statements. The court once again requests the defense where it shows where the contradiction is. Which court is this photo is? Okay. Okay. Just normal, just normal. Okay, got it. Her hat's missing something. She has her headphones on, but I want to... Fucking bitch right here has her... There we go. There we go. Problem with the photo I was talking about. It's a pair of wireless... Oh, she has two in, yeah. They are, so I need to raise the question. How could she have heard anyone come if she was using her earbuds? I mean, my earbuds aren't noise canceling. And I don't ever listen to anything loudly when I'm out, so I can hear people around me so I don't get kidnapped. But that's not the point here. I also only usually wear one earbud because of that, so. Not as So I explained the witness could have easily just put her earbuds on in between Tenoji and Nina-san coming and taking the photo. You can't hear us, she has AirPods on shit. This is just a she can't hear us, she has AirPods on joke. Taking her photo. That'd just be kind of weird to do that, though, is that not? And yet, the witness clearly stated she had taken the photo immediately after Nina-chan entered. Did she not? Also, it'd just be kind of fucking weird if you're talking to people to put your earbuds in. Well, the witness could have been misremembering something. Perhaps she's simply mistaken. I mean, I guess apparently every witness doing that, yeah. Besides, this discrepancy is minor. I doubt it would affect the outcome of the case. Still, even a minor discrepancy like this raises questions, don't you think? Witness, how do you explain this? Could you have heard Rina-chan enter the restroom if you had your earbuds on? Sorry, I'm gonna come clean. I'm yanking your chain. You mean you lied? I also did the wrong voice. I mean just a tiny, tiny fib. I hope you can forgive me. Lying on the stand is called perjury. It's not something to be excused. It's real course. We have to punish you for that. I mean, not in the Ace Attorney universe. Everyone just get away with it. Hear me out, okay? I'll explain everything. Let me testify again. Real talk, I didn't actually hear or see Rinari coming to the restroom myself. Sorry about that. Reality, Setsu was the one who heard Rinari come in. Wait, when Rinari showed up at 4:15, Setsu let me know. That's how I found out. Sorry for misinformation, everyone. I figured it wouldn't make that big of a difference either way. So you told a lie at the stand. Because I didn't want to have to drag Setsu into this, that's all. I'm not sure how to feel about all this. Okay, she's definitely blushing more than average now, yeah. Oh, come on, it was all for a friend. I hear Setsu's really busy nowadays. What do you think, Your Honor? What do you suppose Setsu is up to now? No clue. What do you think it'd be better if Setsu... But do you think it'd be Setsu-chan testified for herself? No way, don't worry, Your Honor. Setsu can stay put. I've got this. But I just want to make it look like I was the one who heard Rinari come in. I didn't want to speak for Setsu and commit hearsay or whatever it's called. So you decided to commit perjury instead? Yes. Yeah, what? Yeah, what? My bad. Oh, I have water. I'll tell the truth now, honest. Oh my, this trial really is a mess. That's what I've been saying this entire time. Yu-chan, this is it. I think it's where you really will turn this around. Ups and downs, but the downs are really down. But I really think this is your big break. Don't give up. Can I save now? Options. Okay. I'm going to save here and really hope I remember where we are next time, because this is later than I planned to stream. And I'm tired, so I don't think I'll reasonably be able to get it done with how eepy I am. So I think I'm gonna call it quits here today. Yeah, we'll be back to our normal time of 5 CS CDT. I said CDT, don't worry. Next week. I don't know how much is left in this trial. I just know, I think I saw someone post something saying it's like 6 hours. This one? Question mark, question mark, question mark. But yeah. W stream, thank you. Thank you. God, I'm tired. My back hurts too. I picked up stuff, like reams of paper, in like a really bad way. And it hurt me back, so I'm like, I'm gonna take a shower. I know you're not supposed to shower before bed, but my hair takes so long to like dry. It doesn't. Ideas, I guess, for future trials. Having to shower at night because your hair is too thick. That hair dryers don't really work super well. You can't really shower in the morning. It's kind of really inconvenient to wash your hair in the morning. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I'll be back to the normal time. Did I save? I think I saved, right? I'm gonna save again. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna call it quits, and then I'm in the shower and go night. And yeah. I like how this game is quizzing me on what I know about Nijigasaki, which I really appreciate about it, because I will be like, oh, this thing about Nijigasaki, though I might be slightly wrong, and then Nova will tell me, well, who cares? No one cares about Nijigasaki, so don't worry about it. So I appreciate this game quizzing me and kind of like confirming stuff and not going, it's not Muse and Aqua, who cares? when I was actually driving to work today, I'm gonna give a quick ramble. I was thinking, like, where would I rank my Love Live groups? And I think I would rank Nijigasaki top, as we all know. Then Lila and Aqua go between 2 and 3. Fourth is Muse, then Hasuna Sora, then Bluebird, then the ones from the musical I can't remember right now. I know I'm gonna get canceled for putting Muse so low. A quick explanation. Muse had already graduated by the time I got into Love Live. I got into Love Live very, very shortly after Muse had their final live. But they had their final live nonetheless. We had no Seiyu content or anything to get into. Nijigasaki debuted as a group when I was into Love Live. They were, they first were the Perfect Dream Project when I was in Love Live, got into Love Live. Then they became Nijigasaki. Then I played All Stars in real time every month as it came out. It was my high school experience when COVID was COVIDing. Watching anime every week. I did for Leela too, but Liela, but I guess I just have nostalgia with it, but they make me happy. I like my goils. Okay, that's my done with the rambling for today. Yeah, I'm gonna go for now. I think next stream is on Friday. Give me a minute, I'm gonna confirm it really quickly. I'm gonna post it on my YouTube channel, right? I hope I posted it on YouTube. It's gonna be easier for me to find. Yep, stream on Friday and then Saturday because I'm working a lot this week, so I can't stream as much. I'm also working later and just tired because of work, so yeah. But yeah, next stream on Friday, we're gonna do Madoka again, and then on Saturday, we'll actually do Hanny Hanny Crush for real. It's not gonna cancel this time, don't worry about it. There's no curse of the Hanwha. The Hanwha will be crushed. They will be fine. They won't be fine, because they'll be getting crushed. But they're fine. They're fine. Don't worry about it. The Hanwha are going to not be okay.